It's the Movie Toasty Show, here for you. Dennis and Adam joke about orgasms and sweet movie reviews. We talk about TV too, right?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah! Movie Toast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 220 of Movie Toast News and Reviews. This is going to be a mega stuffed episode. We got a lot of news to talk about. We got a rundown of San Diego Comic-Con 2025, and then a couple of reviews. As you can tell, if you're watching the show or if you're listening, you'll realize Dennis isn't here today, unfortunately. Yes, we are. And that brings me to my special co-host, guest toaster today, a friend of the show, Rick Tomeo. He came to Comic-Con with me, so I figured why not bring him in for the episode to talk about it. How you doing tonight or today, Rick? I almost called you Dennis.
I'm doing good. I'm hey, I could be Dennis. I'll be super I'll be Hispanic Dennis.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Toaster Adam, it was fun. It was fun hanging out with you and looking at all the panels, all the good stuff that's coming out soon at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend. So it was fun.
No. I appreciate you coming. Dennis couldn't make it this year, and nobody else. I offered my brother. He didn't want to come, and I'm like, Rick asked about Comic-Con earlier in the year. Hopefully he can come. So you saved my ass. I just feel bad that you got screwed over, but we can talk about that later. We normally start the show with the little segment we like to call news.
Gather round, folks, it's time for the scoop. Tune your ears in, let's join the loop.
All right, up first, Amazon and MGM Studios are in development of a TV series adaptation of the hit video game series Wolfenstein. It's going to be coming from the creator of Manic and Station 11, Patrick Somerville. He'll serve as the series creator, writer, executive producer, and showrunner. And joining him will be the creators of Westworld, Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy. Rick, how do you feel? Have you played the Wolfenstein games? Do you like them? Are they kind of boring?
I have. I'm a big fan. I think there's like 9 of them.
Damn.
I think. I know.
Now you're essentially it's what, like a first-person shooter killing Nazis, right?
Yeah. It's a first-person shooter. Like the first one was like, was it Castle Wolf? No, was it Castle Wolfenstein?
Castle Wolfenstein?
That was like more like a. It wasn't really a third person, but
was that more of like a regular like a computer click and shoot?
Yeah, like a computer game. It didn't get hit. It wasn't popular until like Wolfenstein 3D came out. So it was like that's when they started to do like the whole first person thing. Do you think it
lends itself good to a show?
I think so. After the 90s and the early 2000s, they started developing a few stories like expand on like the video game. I mean, the first one that I can think of was like Wolfenstein 2009. That was kind of like a reboot. Yeah, it's a horrible game, but it did expand the story of like the main guy.
Fair enough.
I can't remember. BJ Blazkowicz. So I'm pretty excited. I was shocked by the Amazon TV series. So
they've done good work with Fallout and whatnot.
So I'm kind of excited. I want to see what they do. Now I would love to see like an additional story, other than focusing more on like BJ or BJ Blazkowicz. I want to see like.
I mean, they could do that. They could move away and do their own unique story and kind of maybe have him in the foreground or background, maybe.
Yeah, so it should be fun. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Up next, it seems as if Keith David's fan favorite Rick and Morty character, President Curtis, is getting his very own Adult Swim series. And joining David is Twisted Metal's Stephanie Beatrice, and Community's Jim Rash. And here's the premise of the show, folks. President Curtis follows the commander-in-chief and his eccentric staff as they tackle the kind of crisis that Rick Sanchez could never be bothered with. From interdimensional diplomacy to paranormal investigations and unexplained phenomena. I know you watch Rick and Morty. How do you feel about Keith David getting his own show?
I think it's great. First, I love Keith David. Everything he's in, even if it's a voice acting role or a live action, he's always great. He's always
right. But like I didn't so much love his character in Community, but I love him. Like you said, like gargoyles and all the I say gargoyles and all the other stuff. I can't think of much, but wasn't he in They Live?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah.
I loved him in that. Like he was like the homeless kind of construction worker that teamed up with the wrestler guy. I don't know. But I feel like whenever the president's on Rick and Morty, he's kind of fun and funny. So, I mean, why not give him his own show?
Oh, yeah. And then I would love to see it. It would be awesome if they kind of made it like a X-Files format, like a monster.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
So,
yeah.
Something that Rick Sanchez, he's nothing
to him.
Yeah, it's
like he's not fazed by it.
yeah. They could be like a Loch Ness monster attack, or like running around like some lake, or like Sasquatch, getting angry and destroying like the whole city or anything like that. Rick Sanchez just be like, that's not my cup of tea. But
that could be a fun show to watch.
A couple cameos in it.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean, what are we in season 8 or 9 of Rick and Morty? So many characters to pull from.
So many characters involved. So yeah, it should be fun. So I'm excited.
Yeah. All right, and sticking with the theme of TV and sci-fi, it looks like Josh Gad and Andrew Reynolds are set to star in a Hulu series that's loosely based upon the classic 90s John Ritter comedy, Stay Tuned. Do you like this movie? Do you remember it? It's essentially a mother and father that end up getting sucked into the TV because they have this giant satellite, and then they gotta like kind of survive all the different shows happening, and their kids are watching it. I forget who was in it with John Ritter, but it was a pretty interesting premise. Did you ever see that one back in the 90s?
I didn't really. I didn't really, but if it's on Hulu, I'll check it out. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I'm down. I feel like this
I'm not, could honestly, lend itself. I'm not really a fan of Josh Gad. Yeah, but
I get that. Not a lot of people.
Love to see what's that dude, Andrew?
Andrew Reynolds.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, and Andrew Reynolds is actually not too bad. So, but I'm not really a fan of Josh Gad, but I'll give him a try. The only role I liked him in was a New Girl. So,
as Bear Claw, was that his character's name?
Yeah.
That's a cool guy. All right. Up next, another TV series is being adapted. Another film is being adapted into a TV series because it looks like Sweet Pea creator Chrissy Ducker is writing and executive producing a limited series adaptation of Nancy Meyers' smash hit The Holiday. And this is happening over at Apple TV+. The series will maintain the movie setup, which revolves around an American woman who's single and a British woman who's single, and they're living different lives, and the two swap houses, and they fall in love, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I say that, but I enjoy the movie. But the interesting thing here is Nancy Meyers is not attached to the show. She found out about the show by going on Instagram. How do you feel about The Holiday? Is this something you've watched, or is this considered, as you would say,
I've only watched that movie
around the holidays? This is a white person's movie.
Yeah, it's a white person.
I remember when
2005, right? I want to.
Black. And I had a group of my friends go, I'm like, this movie's going to be hilarious. It stars Jack Black. And then it's like a romantic comedy that's not really funny. It's more of a drama. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
my friends did not have faith in my taste after that.
Yeah,
And
I think I watched it once and I was like, oh, okay. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. After I saw it in the movies, I was let down. But then Sarah watch it every year, and then it grew on me. And there's one Easter egg I really like. There's a at one point we see Jack Black's house, his character, and in the background is a framed picture, and you can tell it's a framed picture of him like on stage with Tenacious D. And I'm like, oh man, why is that there? I love it. My eye always. It doesn't matter. Either way, I feel like this is an interesting premise for a show. But does it need to be called The Holiday? Probably not. And why are you not bringing in Nancy Meyers? That's a little weird to me.
Well, and then some movies like I feel like some movies should be turned into a TV series to expand like the story, and some shouldn't. And I feel like this one shouldn't really
yeah,
a TV series or even like a, I don't know, like a short. Like a
TV
movie from Hallmark.
Well, that does bring us into our next story here. How do you feel about this? James Cameron is considering making an animated anthology series set in the Avatar world known as Na'vi. He told Empire, I said, look, I want to do an animated anthology series that's essentially in the world, but stories that you wouldn't have expected from that world. There might even be an animated feature in there. It might be a feature for streaming or a theatrical feature. I don't know why he's so fixated on Avatar. Do you want to see an animated anthology Avatar show or movie?
Not really. Honestly, I feel like, I enjoyed the first one, and then Way of the Water was was all right. It was a little bit too long for me, but I don't know. I feel like if he just even having an animated series alone, it's just like I just feel like it won't do it for me. But then again, I know there are a lot of Avatar fans,
diehard Avatar fans.
Diehard Avatar fans. So maybe they'll enjoy it if it comes out like on one of the streaming platforms. But other than that, yeah, that's something that I'm not really interested. I'll probably check out the first 2 episodes to see how it is.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not a giant Avatar fan. I tried rewatching it when they re-released it before The Way of the Water came out, and I'm like, all right, it's not as bad as I recall. But then when I saw Way of the Water, I'm like, why? And now Fire and Ash is coming out. It's like, let's just move on to something new.
It's funny though, because every time I go to the movies, I always forget that there's like 30, 40, 30, like almost an hour, half an hour.
Yeah.
Of like trailers.
About 30 to, yeah.
And every time I walk in, I always walk in midway into the Avatar movie.
That's what I did today. I went to go see Fantastic Four in 4DX, and I try timing it so I get in right as the movie's starting. But I came in right as Avatar Fire and Ash was playing, and I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, every time
watch this trailer.
They play it towards the end.
It's like I remember that happened all the time back when that Melissa McCarthy movie, The Heat, came out. I feel like that trailer played every single movie I saw. And I'm like, I don't want to see this trailer again, man. Just show me the movie. I don't want to see the trailer. I hate trailers. But ironically enough, I do trailer reactions on our YouTube page, and those get the most traction. So it's like I got to force myself to watch trailers now, and I don't know. Anywho,
they're great as a viewer myself. It's good. I like them.
Fair enough. I appreciate your lies. HBO Max has tapped David Jenkins, the creator of Our Flag Means Death, to write the pilot of DC's Booster Gold series. And if the series gets picked up to Sirius, I said Sirius way too many times, Jenkins would serve as the showrunner. Now, do you have any affinity for Booster Gold or care about that character at all? I feel like I don't know too much about him.
Yeah, I just know him from like when I forgot that one actor that played him in Smallville. I think he was in Smallville for a bit, but I think I've spoke to you about this in the past. Now I'm forgetting his name from Scrubs.
Which character?
Not Turk.
JD.
The actor. It's Turk. I think it's Turk.
You're talking about Turk?
No.
Wow. I normally know his name.
Oh, anyways, he was Booster Gold on the Legends of Tomorrow TV series. So yeah, in like the last season before they canceled.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it was supposedly.
Oh, Donald Faison. Sorry.
Yeah, there was Donald Faison. There you go. I bet some of the people watching like this guy doesn't know anything. Yeah, like. But yeah, he was cast as Booster Gold in a couple episodes in the final season, I believe, from Legends of Tomorrow, just to boost up the ratings. But that didn't help. So, he's an interesting character. That's all I know from Booster Gold.
I hear, isn't he supposed to be more like college age or whatnot? Like he's like a frat boy type of asshole who's a superhero, maybe in the Justice League.
I think so, because I think he's from the future. Now,
okay.
We're probably gonna
get some hate letters there.
Yeah, hate letters from like Booster Gold did this, Booster Gold did that. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll definitely give it a watch. I'm definitely intrigued. You know,
I know they've been trying to make this series for years, so let's see if it actually happens. But I love the show Our Flag Means Death, so I have some hopes that this guy could make a good show out of a B or C tier DC character. All right, staying in the realm of the DC universe, it looks like the James Watkins directed, Mike Flanagan written Clayface movie has found its lead actress in Mickey 17's Naomi Ackie. Her character is rumored to be a fringe Elizabeth Holmes style scientist who accidentally turns our main character into the villain known as Clayface. Now, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this Clayface movie. I don't know. Are you looking forward to a Clayface film, or do you think it's kind of a reach?
I think it's kind of a reach. It should be turned to like a mini series. Honestly, it should.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many variations of Clayface, and we've seen him so many times throughout the past like 30 plus years of anything from the animated TV series into to the most recent when he was on,
the Harley Quinn series. Alan Tudyk plays him,
and then also the Creature Commanders as well.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah.
Totally different Clayface.
All different. Yep.
Yeah. So
I do like this. I do like this actress. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
She was in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, as a standalone movie, it's kind of like. It's a little bit of a reach. I mean, not everybody knows who Clayface is. I don't think it's going to bring in all the money. It's kind of, I feel it's giving me Madam Web vibes. So,
ooh, that's not pleasant to hear. Yeah, oh man, I mean, they're claiming it's. Yeah, you could do so much with the TV series. Like they took their time with the Penguin. I haven't watched it, but I hear people love it. But yeah, you only get maybe 2 hours to do a movie, but you get 10 to 12 hours doing a series, and you can develop characters more. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you on that, I think. But speaking of the DC universe, breakout star from Superman, Mr. Skylar Gisondo, has been tapped to play Ben Stiller's son in the fourth entry in the Meet the Parents movie franchise, Fucker-in-Law. His character is going to be playing Ben Stiller's son. He's going to be marrying Ariana Grande's character. I don't know. I like this character. He's an interesting actor, but I don't know. Do you buy him as Ben Stiller's seed? That's a word.
You know what? I can if he can. He was great on Vacation with.
Rusty.
Yeah,
Rusty's son.
Yeah, Rusty. Was he Rusty Jr.?
I think he was. God! And then
but if he can pull it off, if he pulled off that role, if he can pull it off on this really interesting franchise,
And I mean, he was really good. I don't know if you watched The Righteous Gemstones, the Danny McBride show, but he was on that, and he had a pretty interesting character arc. He was like a stuntman. He was kind of a villain. They became a good guy. Then he kind of became a preacher. I don't know, but like now that I can't get that Vacation movie out of my head, he was really great in that. You're right. How'd you like him in Superman as Jimmy Olsen?
He was great. Honestly, he was great. I liked him. I think we talked about this. my favorite kind of side characters was him and Big Bennett's character. It's just like I feel like they should just do their own thing. But yeah,
I mean, rumors are he's going to get his own Jimmy Olsen series. So
hope it happens. You know, it'd be great. But him being included as in the Fokker franchise, you know, that's weird saying that. You know?
Right.
Because if you would have told it, if somebody would have told us that, you know, like 20 years ago that this is going to be a franchise,
right?
I would be like, nah.
Can you believe that? I think as of today or this year, Ben Stiller is now the same age that De Niro was in the first movie. Like that blows my mind completely. He looks so much younger than De Niro looked 20, 30 years ago. It's crazy how time passes like that.
That's crazy. That's wild. But you know what? If they have the money, go for it. I guess I'll watch it. I mean, I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna check it out.
You know.
Now I feel like not a lot of people. I feel like everyone loved Meet the Fockers, but I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really care for that one. But I did like Little Fockers. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I just find it crazy that those little kids are now grown-ups getting married. Like it's like never in a million years did I think we get another entry. I figured a reboot by now, not a fourth one.
Not a fourth one, but you know what?
Hey.
If they put it
like
in
you
theaters,
said, if they get the money,
I'll sit down. I'll get myself a ticket.
Nice. Speaking of remakes, it looks like a big rumor is Margot Robbie is set to star in Tim Burton's remake of the cult classic Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. It's interesting. I'm like, I can't picture that movie in modern day times, but I feel like if anybody could make it, it would be Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And Margot Robbie, it's like she's a good actress. Will I buy her as a 50-foot woman? I don't know. I'm intrigued.
Knowing Tim Burton's gonna be a little bit weird, so she's gonna take his own spin on it, just like when he did Planet of the Apes. So
that's wow. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he'll. I don't know. It might get Johnny Depp. If Johnny Depp attached to it, and I feel like he's gonna be in it too.
Yeah, he'll be like the mad scientist in the movie or something.
Yeah, but honestly, for this news, I was like, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, nothing really to report there until a trailer comes out and they start production.
It's like a little teaser, or in this case, it's a teaser for a teaser that they do.
Yeah.
So
God, it's crazy how they do that shit.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Speaking of Margot Robbie, it's been rumored for years that her and Ryan Gosling are going to be starring in a prequel to Ocean's 11, and they'll be playing Danny Ocean's parents back in like the 60s or 70s. And for a while, it looked like Jay Roach, the director of Meet the Parents, was supposed to be doing this movie, but he dropped out. And now it looks like the director of Twisters, Lee Isaac Chung, is at the top of Warner Brothers' list to direct this movie. Do you have any interest in seeing a prequel to Ocean's 11 following the parents?
Not really. I'm not. I've seen every single Ocean's film, even the female lead.
Ocean's 11, 10,
Ocean's
13, 14, 8, yeah.
So honestly, they're okay. I mean, I know a couple people who are big fans of it.
Yeah, they just feel a little drawn out, a little overplayed, take themselves too seriously, but they try goofing around. And the weird thing, Ocean's 8 was supposed to come after 13 and Danny's dead, but now they're also talking about doing a sequel to Ocean's 13. And it's like, what are we doing? Are we doing a sequel? Or are we doing a prequel? Are we doing both? It's just confusing. It's like, why? Just let it sit for a while.
Yeah, it doesn't make it. Yeah. So honestly, I feel like it's for me it's a big no. I'm not gonna waste my time to
Fair
actually
enough.
see something like that, especially if it's a prequel. You know, so
yeah.
But good luck to them.
Fair enough. Speaking of things that are from back in the day, a few episodes ago, we announced that Jamie Lee Curtis was going to be starring in a feature film adaptation of Murder, She Wrote, but we haven't heard any news since then. And now that she's out doing junkets for Freakier Friday, she was telling Entertainment Tonight, oh, it's happening. we're a minute away, but yeah, I'm very excited, but I'm tampering down my enthusiasm until we start shooting. I have a couple of other things to hustle, but then I'll get to enjoy that work. I don't know. Angela Lansbury was such a unique character in the Murder, She Wrote franchise series. I just can't picture Jamie Lee Curtis being that character of, I forget what her name is, and yet the show's on every day in my house. I don't know. Do you have any interest in this? I don't know. It's another no, isn't it?
I don't think it's another no. It's not because I don't like, I do enjoy anything Jamie Lee Curtis is in, but I just feel like I don't think she can pull it off.
Yeah,
I feel
Jessica
like
Fletcher is
another cash grab. Yeah.
You know what they say though, evil dies tonight. Yeah, it's like if she wants to, like, let her do like a murder mystery type of movie. She was in Nights Out. That's a murder mystery. Give her something original. Don't call it Murder, She Wrote. Like you said, cash grab in here.
Yeah, it's a cash grab. I feel like if she wants to do something like that, or even produce something like that, just honestly do some original stuff. I mean, it would be a little bit weird if, like, she plays the character and it's called Murder, She Wrote, but it's the complete opposite of what the
series is.
What the TV show was. Maybe in this one she's an astronaut or something.
Now I'm kind of getting thoughts here that you say that. I'm like, or maybe they're gonna do what they ended up doing with Matlock, bringing in fucking what's her face to be a character who's related to a fictitious character, and then it has nothing to do with. And it's like, what? You're just stealing the IP title here.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. They should. Yeah, it's just another catch grab for her. And anybody who's over 40, pretty much. Like, hey, remember this? And it's like, Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna be it.
Yeah. When I first heard it, I'm like, Angela Lansbury, she's such a unique, distinguishable character. And Jamie Lee Curtis is too, but in a different way. I don't know. Yeah. Moving on. For some reason, people are now just discovering the fact that after Shrek 5 comes out, Eddie Murphy is going to be starring in a solo Donkey movie. But more interestingly enough to me, he recently announced that he is going to be starring in the next Pink Panther movie as Inspector Clouseau. I don't know. I didn't know we were getting another Pink Panther movie. But I'm intrigued to see Eddie Murphy as this like weird slapstick style detective. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I'm all for it.
I'd much more prefer to be animated and have him voice the Pink Panther. That'd be more fun, but I'd watch him as a cop, as Clouseau.
Yeah, so as for somebody, I didn't really get into like the Pink Panther at all.
I'm with you.
The first time I saw Pink Panther was like the Steve Martin movie. That was the first time I even heard about it. I mean, like,
and he's not even the one that people know. Like, most people go back to the original, but it's like, to people like us, it's like, well, those are older movies. Steve Martin, that makes sense. And I guess it's been probably 15, 20 years since we've gotten a Steve Martin version. So why not give it to Eddie Murphy? He's having a bit of a weird comeback. Yeah. So time will tell before we find out what's going on with that. And all right, recently at Comic-Con, the writer-director of Predator Badlands and the upcoming Predator, or I guess Predator Badlands is the upcoming movie. I meant to say Predator Killer of Killers, Mr. Dan Trachtenberg recently announced that they are adding a new stinger to the end of Predator Killers of Killers, where we will see an animated version of Arnold Schwarzenegger's character Dutch. And then he's also mentioned that there's other things in the pipeline for Dutch to do in the Predator franchise. And people are thinking it's going to be a live action Predator movie with an older grizzled Arnold. Would you be interested in seeing that? Or do you think that time's kind of passed and they should just do what they're doing, keep him out of it?
I feel like time's kind of passed. He's already too old for it. just stick to
Yeah.
getting just stick to like a animated movie instead. So
Fair
I
enough.
just feel like, I mean, like he's in the 70s, I think. I mean, and he's still, he's still in shape.
He's in good shape.
It's just that
But are
lately,
we going to believe him running through a jungle or whatnot? And
yeah,
fighting these...
it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard of him when he came back for Terminator 3. Even at the time, he was in his 50s. He didn't, even now, it's like I can't see him.
Not even Terminator 3. Think about Genesis, the one that came out a couple of years ago. Like, look how old he was now. He felt out of place in that movie.
Yeah, he felt out of place. So yeah, I won't see it. I don't want to see a CGI Arnold running around.
No, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would just stick for it to be like animated. At least his voice won't change. So
100%. And by now, he's kind of gotten his English down pat a little more than back in the day when he did play Dutch. So sound a little better. All right, cool. And as we've mentioned in the past, there is going to be a new Social Network movie, The Social Network Part 2. But it looks like Jesse Eisenberg isn't going to reprise his role as Mark Zuckerberg. And it looks like they're looking at Succession star Jesse Armstrong to play Mark Zuckerberg. And also, the movie's plot is going to be centered around a expose from the Wall Street Journal called The Facebook Files. And they're looking at Jeremy Allen White to play the journalist who wrote the expose, and Honora's Mickey Madison as the whistleblower who inspired the story. Do you have any interest in any of this shit? Like, I feel like no need to call up The Social Network Part 2.
Yeah, it should be called something else. But no, I'm down for that. It's an interesting premise. So I was a big fan of The Social Network. When I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be like like a Facebook dating movie, like a romantic. Like Jesse Eisenberg and some other chick are gonna connect through Facebook, but it wasn't. And I realized what
I'd watch that.
Oh, okay, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I'm actually excited. So
I'm intrigued. I don't really know too many roles that what's his face, Jeremy Strong's done, but I did like him in that Trump movie, The Apprentice, as Jeffrey Cohen. I think he was fantastic. So if he could bring that weird creepiness to play Zuckerberg, I feel like that could lend itself well. Although look-wise, I feel like Jeremy Allen White would be better as a Zuckerberg, but I don't know.
Yeah, and plus, if he can bring that energy from that movie to this one, especially since like Mark Zuckerberg is a weird person in general. So I think at one point he like when he's hungry, when he needs food, he calls it like I need fuel. Like he can like do things as a robot. Like,
oh man,
you need to
that's
calm
creepy. Fuel me up.
Yeah, fuel me up. So it's weird saying that. I was like,
that's creepy.
Yeah,
like, and he probably never said that shit before he became like,
of course,
millionaire.
Yeah. It's just,
oh man,
that's what happens when you have a lot of money. You do weird stuff.
Fuel. You just tell people who want fuel. They pour diesel down your gullet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know. So I'm intrigued by the story. So I want to see what they can do.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little saddened that we're not getting Fincher to direct it. I like Aaron Sorkin, but I like his writing. His directing is a little subpar, but I don't know.
It's a hit and miss. It's like it's definitely a hit and miss.
All right. Up next, it looks like Materialist writer-director Celine Song is currently writing a sequel to the Julia Roberts comedy My Best Friend's Wedding. I honestly don't remember this movie. I know I probably saw it when it came out as a child. Everything went over my head. But I feel like it's been 25, 30 years. Why the hell do we need a sequel? Why not do a reboot or something similar to it? Do you have any affinity for My Best Friend's Wedding?
Not really. I'm on the same boat with you. I feel like I've watched it. I feel like I've seen it. I feel like I've seen like the cover, but I really don't know like the whole premise of the story. And yeah, they should just honestly, if they want to do something like that, just reboot it.
Yeah. And the weird thing here is Celine Song is a playwright, and the movies that she writes are more, well, the two that she's written and directed are a little more serious in tone and not super comedic. So I feel like I don't understand her coming in to write a broad rom-com. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But we'll see. Moving on here, it looks like John Krasinski is returning to the world of A Quiet Place because he's writing, directing, and producing A Quiet Place Part 3, and the film is hitting cinemas in July of 2027. How do you feel about this franchise? Have you seen them all, or?
I've seen all of them, man. I even played that. A game came out like
oh shit,
based off that franchise, and it's all right. It has nothing to do with the movie, but it's an all right premise. It's an all right game, but yeah, no, I've watched them. I watched all of them. So like the first two, and then the one with Lupita.
Day One.
Yeah, there you go. Day One, which was the best.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Her and Johnny Storm have this great relationship. But
I was going to say the cat. The cat was the best.
The cat is the star of the movie. 100%.
The cat survived. I don't. Spoiler alert! If nobody watched it, if you want to see it, the cat survives to the end. If you watch it and you have anxiety, don't worry.
They do tempt fate a few times with that cat. They put him in harm's way.
Yeah, but the cat knows what's up. But
yeah, and he likes pizza,
excited.
So that's cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I loved A Quiet Place. Part 2, I was kind of on the fence about, but I love Day One. So I'm surprised that they're not continuing that story from Day One right now, and they're jumping back to the actual main franchise. I wonder if they're going to merge the two together in this, but I feel like Krasinski coming back to direct it is a good sign.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, and plus, I would love to see them expand, on like the on the children, their children more, because by the time they're gonna, if they're, I don't know if they have a script or not, but they're gonna be a lot older, so if they bring them back, they'll be,
God, yeah. When did Part 2 come out? I want to say like 5, 6, 7 years, maybe 2020-ish, maybe 2021. So yeah, they got to be older now. So I feel like they could be in relationships and I forget how they ended Part 2. I know they were on the island, but things were kind of not great on the island, like they were promised, right? Some shady shit happening.
I know. Yeah,
I remember they went to a radio station
through the island. Yeah, because like John Krasinski's, is like the dad. He developed something like kind of like a hearing aid sonar, because they're very sensitive to hearing. So they put that in the radio station to broadcast it, so they can so they can kill them, so they can like disrupt their overload like their senses. But yeah, if they can expand through like through that story, or like the whole little universe that they created throughout the franchise, that would be great. I wouldn't mind.
Heck yeah.
Watching another movie like that. So I just gotta remember, if I'm gonna be watching it, I gotta eat popcorn quietly, because I remember in the second one, when it was quiet, all I heard was just me like eating the popcorn. And I was like, this is really awkward.
Oh man, if you think that's weird, when Sarah and I went to go see the first one, we went to like one of those like dinner theater type of places, and of course we weren't ordering food. We went to dinner beforehand, but you could hear people like cutting their food, and there were like plates and silverware, and I'm like, why the fuck did we choose to come to this fucking theater to see a quiet fucking movie? What a mistake that was.
It's kind of like the time when we it's almost similar to the time when we I don't know if the Toasters know about the story about the first time we went to the movies together. We saw Ryan Reynolds.
Was it for Buried?
How it was kind of quiet the entire time. Pretty much as him.
That was awkward, man. Yeah.
Toasters, if you're watching, if you haven't seen that movie, just give it a watch. It's a weird movie.
It's worth a watch. Yeah. If you're claustrophobic, it might be a hard watch, but it's Ryan Reynolds not doing his cocky guy thing. It's Ryan Reynolds actually selling a drama.
Selling a drama, yeah. It's just him, and then there's a nice little twist in the end, if I recall. But Yeah, yeah.
God, it's been I haven't seen it since then. I gotta rewatch that.
Yeah, I want you to watch it. That's all.
It's gotta be somewhere like Paramount Plus or something, I'm thinking. Ugh. Well, yeah, no, so I'm happy. I feel like this is the first thing we're talked about that we're both kind of on the same page. Like, it could be a really good movie. And it's interesting that he's following this movie up after he did that movie, If. It's like he tried to do a broad family comedy that just kind of was a flop, I think. That was fun, but now he's going back to his origins, his creepy horror. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Sorry.
Me too.
All right, well, up next, it looks like Amazon and Denis Villeneuve have hired the Peaky Blinders creator, Stephen Knight, to write their upcoming James Bond film. How do you feel about Amazon owning the James 007 franchise? And do you think Denis Villeneuve is a good choice? And have you seen Peaky Blinders? Because I haven't. So many questions I threw at you.
Yeah, especially if it's on Amazon. So it's like I'm not gonna pay extra money just to eliminate the ads, even though I
we want to watch a James Bond movie and have ads every 10 minutes. God, that would suck.
Yeah,
because they don't really do a lot of theatrical releases either.
No, yeah, it's true. Yeah, if I'm gonna watch any James Bond movie, you know, from the past, you know, you're gonna watch a George Lazenby movie. But man, I haven't seen Peaky Blind, so
I haven't seen it either. So I don't really know, but people love that show. But I feel like that's like a period piece gangster show, and I'm like, all right, I don't know how that translates into doing a Bond flick, but it could be interesting, I suppose.
Maybe it's like one of those period piece Bonds, you know.
Ooh,
that'd
be interesting.
My only issue about like I love Daniel Craig as James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like you know, Casino Royale is still one of the best ones.
Yeah, I remember opening night, me and my friends going to see that, thinking it was a period movie, and then like the whole thing's about him getting like a fucking CD-ROM or something, and we're like, wait, what? This isn't an origin movie? What the fuck, man? So angry.
So,
and then. And then fucking Quantum of Solace really lost me, but then Skyfall brought me back.
Yeah, but yeah, I would love to see a period piece James Bond. You know,
right?
Yeah,
like especially or like in early days when he's fresh and new and not a hotshot killer. I don't know. That could be fun.
That could be fun. Yeah, but yeah, if it's gonna take place in modern times, it's just I guess.
Yeah,
like especially
we've seen that so many times.
You know, so it's like.
Mm-hmm. All the gadgets that they had back in the day are like probably realistic nowadays. And it's like, how do you pull up that? Oh man. All right. So this next one's a doozy. Amazon's just doing everything now, it seems. Amazon and Hasbro are developing a live action My Little Pony movie. And I don't know. I remember when My Little Ponies was just like a sweet little pony toy back in the day. Now they've blown up and grown men like to dress as them, and I don't know how I feel about this, man. How do you feel about a live action My Little Pony?
That's a big no for me. It's a lot more weirdos are going to come out. You know, and the last thing I want is to like go in the movie theater and then like seeing a lot of what is it, bronies,
right,
dressed up. You know, so I'm just like, and then all of a sudden I feel the odd man out.
Right? That's how I feel when I go to see little kids movies. Like, I love animated movies. I watch everything. And then I'm like, oh, I'm like a grown man by himself sitting amongst children.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. People love My Little Pony. So,
yeah.
Everything, you know, it does have a target audience. So, you know, but it's just something that's not for me.
I'm with you. That's a no for me, dog, as Randy Jackson and you say. Speaking of dogs, when we were at Comic-Con, this awesome news came out. The renowned basketball film Air Bud is getting a meta-style reboot. It'll be hitting cinemas almost 30 years after we fell in love with the Golden Receiver. This movie follows a 12-year-old named Jacob, who after his father's death moves to his dad's childhood home in Fernfield. He discovers an old VHS tape of Air Bud and meets a stray golden retriever he names Buddy. Together, they embark on a journey of healing, uniting a team of misfits, and chasing a championship, learning to play from the heart and believing in each other. I don't know. It doesn't sound like Air Bud. Is the dog going to play basketball? I hope he does.
I hope so too. I mean, the Air Bud franchise is a big part of my childhood.
Yes.
It's like every single movie, even because like I think like the first three were like theatrical releases, and then they all went to it's like Air Bud playing golf, Air Bud playing soccer,
and then puppies,
and then puppies that can talk, Air Buddies,
and it's like the other ones I want to say were based in reality. What we had basketball, football, and then was it hockey after that?
Yeah,
I forget.
Yeah. But nothing beats the original. So I'm kind of happy that it's not going to be like a shot for shot remake.
Right.
That's kind of cool. So they're trying something different. So that's nice. Yeah. But it's just a little weird. Like, oh yeah, I found this VHS tape of Air Bud. So it was like,
right. And it's like so baffling, like, but it's an interesting way to get into it because so many kids these days probably don't know what Air Bud is, and that will have them go back and watch all the other 15 fucking movies in this franchise.
Yeah. When you open TikTok after this movie releases, you're gonna get a lot of clips of like the first 5 Air Buds.
I'm not gonna lie. After seeing that teaser poster, I'm like, I kind of want to watch the original Air Buds, but it's like, I just am so afraid that if I were to do that, they wouldn't live up to the hype of being a child and watching a dog do this stuff. And I don't know. Do you think they'd hold up today, the originals?
From what I can remember, I know there's one specific scene where it's like the kid in the first movie, like the kid's like he has a basketball and there's there's like the golden retriever and he's like. And like the basketball court is like all dirtied up. It's like in the backyard, but it's like hidden. So I was like, this. And I remember I was thinking about it when that news hit during Comic-Con. I was like, are they gonna recreate that scene? Like, right? I don't know. So I just hope that the dog's not CGI or anything.
Oh God, that would ruin it.
Yeah, that would completely ruin it. I would love to see like a stunt, like those animal
practical,
right.
And but I don't know if we're remaking old basketball movies. Can we get a remake of Like Mike? Maybe a kid finds Like Mike on DVD and he's like, I gotta get Jordan shoes so I can play. I'm an orphan. Maybe crossover Air Bud and the little kid playing basketball and.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'm intrigued. I feel like this is the way to go with it, man. Kind of meta and following the same storyline, but different. I don't know. Could be fun.
Yeah, just as long as they don't follow the same route as Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh God, that was such a letdown. Although I mean, I worked on it for a little bit, so I'm like, my name's in the credits, but what a letdown, man! And working for Disney was rough, man. Those guys.
Jessica Parker's stunt double.
Yeah, not Peggy Hill stunt double, not the chubby one. I was SJP's.
No.
All right, man. We got one more story here before we get into our Comic-Con talk. But this one relates to a Comic-Con. Well, at Comic-Con Manchester, Gremlins star Zach Galligan shared some big news about Gremlins 3. He said, after 35 years, they've come up with the script. Warner Brothers is incredibly interested in doing it. Apparently, it's waiting on Mr. Spielberg to read it and approve it. But you can thank the success of Beetlejuice. I don't know. I love Gremlins. The new batch was a fun movie. I haven't watched the sequel to the Mugwai TV show made for kids, but I'm like, I don't think they could push the boundaries like they did with that first film in modern day cinema. I don't know.
They couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't do that. I feel like.
I feel like it'd be all
like the first movie.
CG.
Yeah, and they're gonna rely to a more family friendly type.
Mm-hmm. I mean, wasn't the first one rated PG because PG-13 didn't even exist? And were they killing gremlins or Mugwai in blenders?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's weird. It's just weird seeing movies that were rated PG during the 70s and the 80s because they weren't
Yeah.
because the PG-13 rating wasn't created yet. But yeah, just seeing a bunch of like like kind of like gruesome stuff in the first Gremlins movie.
God, and it's a
But
Christmas
yeah,
movie,
I don't think they can
nonetheless.
pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
but they're
If
not
it
gonna pull
happens,
off.
I will see it opening night because I mean, I gotta fill that void and see what it's like. But I have no faith. But if Spielberg has greenlit all these Jurassic Worlds, I don't see why he wouldn't let this one happen. Oh man, what a rough time. Like, I'm not even gonna go on a Spielberg tier here. Everyone loves Spielberg, and they're like, he's a master, and it's like he was a master, and then he's just kind of, I don't know, existed in the ether. I don't know. I shouldn't talk shit about Spielberg. People will hate me.
You could be watching right now.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, normally after the news segment, we would do something called polls, but we're going to be talking about Comic-Con. So I guess let's just jump into it here. It's been 2 weeks since you and I have been in San Diego. How'd you enjoy it? I know it's been a while since you've gone to a Comic-Con. Was it all right?
Honestly, it was interesting because like the last time I went to a con, it was like a long time. So
Yeah.
and obviously it's a little bit different. I don't want to sound old, but it was like, there, when I went to Comic-Con, the first time I went to Comic-Con, it wasn't, I think I told you it was like the iPhone 2 or the iPhone 3 came out.
I think when we first met, one of the times you mentioned like, oh, I just got back from Comic-Con. So I think that was like 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
And
now it's just technology has changed drastically.
Yeah.
But I will say this: they keep putting the artist alley in the worst possible position.
Yes, and it's so cramped and tight, opposed to like all the vendors, and it's like that's the interesting shit to see the artist alley, all these beautiful things and commissions, but they have no respect for the artists, and that's what Comic-Con was made for: the artists and comic books.
Yeah, and but this year it was fun. There's a lot more stuff, especially outside. And then a lot more interesting booths inside the exhibit halls, and the panels were great. There was a lot of panels that we had to choose from. We even sat there for a couple hours, pretty much the whole day.
Yeah, man.
One day, because it was one panel after another,
banger after banger.
Yeah.
So I guess preview night we met up, and there wasn't much going on, but we went into the press opening night ceremony for Adult Swim's Party on the Green. And we kind of had free reign to do whatever we wanted there. And there was all these cool things to do. What stood out to you? Like, what was your favorite part? I think mine was the slides, even though I almost destroyed them.
Yeah. Our combined weight couldn't hold up the slide. I like the slide. It was funny because like nobody went on the slide.
Yeah, we did it like 2 or 3 times in a row.
We just kept going. Like I think I went at first. I did the first time, and then the second time, and then I think that the last time I went like head first, and like the guy was like the guy who was like kind of like there who was throwing. They're also throwing like stuff.
Yes.
At you,
on the last one, they threw a cat at me, and I was like, I hit it away, and the lady's like, "You're supposed to catch that." I'm like, "You should tell someone that you're going to throw a cat at them."
Yeah. But,
and then I liked also there was this like foam pit where you're supposed to find like these hidden mushrooms, and it sounds easy as hell, but you got to wear these drunk goggles. And by God, it was so difficult, but so fun, and it really took the wind out of me trying to search for these things.
It's so thick. It's all pretty much styrofoam, and it's all blocks. You just kind of sink in.
And there was a little kid that went in and found like 5 of the 7, but he didn't wear the drunk goggles, of course. But even if I didn't have them, I don't know if I'd be able to find them.
Same here. I kept finding the pool noodles, and the guy kept telling me, "No, you gotta look for them. You gotta feel them." Like, I'm feeling the pool noodles.
Right. And then
it was fun.
Then there was like this football one, and you were actually the only person I saw that got one in. You got one in, right?
It was one of the easiest things. It's because because what it was for that show, shoot.
We're all
uh,
new Adult Swim show.
yeah, it was a show and it had college dudes. I've never seen the show, so
yeah, it's some upcoming like show with like bro type of kids being raised by a single dad.
Yeah, and so what it was, it just had three of those characters. They had little rings, and you had like not a football, but those Nerf
ball.
Yeah, so you gotta shoot one, and
they're talking shit to you.
Yeah, and like the only reason I got that one is because I don't know, because I was in the right angle, and it was like the last one, like the last ball, so
right? It was impressive.
Yeah.
And then I also there was one where you ride I forget what it was, cats or something, and like you joust, and the two of us could not it's like it was bucking around. It was so hard. I had a fun time doing these.
Yeah, it was fun. I think I was waiting because we were up against each other, and I saw you falling, and then I was falling. I was like, I gotta hold on, but I couldn't.
I was like, I gotta grip it until he falls. I was on the side holding it.
Looking at you, but the guy kept turning around. I was like, I'm gonna wait until he falls so I can win, but I couldn't do it because you had two options. You had to pick. You got the sword or the actual
like a javelin.
But but the sword was really heavy.
We both chose it because it looked like it'd be the easiest one to do, but it was so top heavy. It was hard to, and then we were moving so fast, and you have, oh man, it was difficult, man.
It was, but it was fun though.
And then after that, we ended up going across the street to the Hard Rock for this Magic the Gathering party because they're now releasing these Spider-Man cards. And the whole area was decked out in Spider-Man themed. But we got there a half an hour before it ended. They were running out of booze and food. And there was a DJ who just looked like he didn't give a fuck about being there. He looked so tired and bored. And then I love it. A few days later, we realized we missed a fucking... who was it? I want to say Run DMC or
it wasn't the main guy. It was one of them, and he was high-fiving everybody. One of the
but
and I was like, oh, we missed that. I was like, oh, and I was like, well, that makes sense. But after he left, probably that DJ was probably
right. How do I follow up an old hip hop star? But it was cool, the visuals, but the vibe they had and the people that were there. I felt like either the people there had no interest in Magic. We didn't either. We just went there because my brother wanted cards. And I'm like, it's a free party. It was just so awkward as hell. And there was a point where you go to this fake bagel shop and they're supposed to give you a comic book. And they're like, we're all out of comic books. I'm like, oh man, I'd rather a fucking bagel right now, man. But yeah, that was our first day. But the worst part was initially you got there on the Tuesday and you just want to explain what happened with your hotel bullshit.
Oh yeah, so I was supposed to stay at the Sheraton. It was
right down the road from my Hilton.
From your from where you were gonna stay at the Hilton, right? Yeah. And I got there on Tuesday. I took the Amtrak train from where I am. If you viewers don't know, I live in the San Fernando Valley. So
whoa, hot alert!
Yeah, Karate Kid,
So essentially, they told you they double booked your room, right? And they want to charge you $200 extra a night. And it's fuck you.
I was like, hey, because I pay, they because back in June when you told me, the first thing I did is try finding a place, and I found a place from Tuesday to Saturday, to Sunday morning to check out. And I paid the deposit. I had everything ready, and then when I got there, the front desk, I think, the front desk told me, it was like, oh, actually, we actually double booked you. And then I remember I was like, well, is the other person there? I was like, no. I was like, well,
in what world does that make sense? You're the first one there. You paid. You should get the fucking room. Bullshit.
Yeah, but no, she was like, no, actually, we can't do that. It's some BS policy. But what I didn't tell you, they ended up giving me, I was like, well, am I gonna get my deposit? But then they started pulling some BS, saying, well, and if you online, if you read after May, you won't get your deposit. But in the end, I ended up getting half of my deposit back.
But what do you mean after May? That's if you cancel the hotel. They cancel it on you. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I didn't cancel it. Like you guys' fault. Yeah, so I ended up in the end. It was like I ended up staying at an interesting hostel, which wasn't too bad. So
I mean, you're walking distance, which is cool,
oh yeah,
but I felt bad,
I had
man.
to take the shuttle, and then that day I had to spend.
Yes.
I had to stay at your hotel. Sorry, the next day when you arrived.
So
I
yeah,
had to stay at your hotel.
Yeah, it was bullshit. They said that shuttles were running from the convention center to the hotels until midnight. You came back to help me drop some stuff off and check into my room, and then we got some dinner. We got back at 11 o'clock to the bus. A bus comes. They said they're not going back. And then another bus came and just parked, and the driver refused to answer you when you knocked on the door, and you had to fucking sleep like Harry Potter in the corner of my room using a fucking towel as a fucking blanket. I felt so bad, man. I'm sorry. That sucks.
That's all right. It's part of the experience.
Yeah, but after that, I feel like things got better.
Wednesday. Well, because but that Wednesday was kind of funny because we had to get all those stuff that your brother wanted. So
God, a lot of running around.
That's another story, Toaster. If you want to hear that, you're more welcome to ask Toaster Adam on all the social media.
There's a whole story there. All right, so then Thursday came, and we went to a screening of the upcoming Toxic Avenger movie, and we lucked out because there was a huge line, but it was a small screening room, and we got 2 of the last 3 bands to get in, so we kind of lucked out there. And we're going to be reviewing that movie towards the end of the episode, but yeah, I was happy to start off the day like that. And Elijah Wood came out and gave an intro to the movie. If you want to see that, I put that video up on our social media at movie_toast on YouTube. It's like a minute. But how I guess we'll get into that when we get there. Then I guess after that, we headed back to the convention center. Yeah. And I thought they were screening the premiere 2 episodes of Alien Earth in Hall H. So we got in line, and then we got in, and it turned out to be this panel called Hide, When the Worlds of Graphic Novels and Movies Collide. This weird graphic novel that stars Johnny Depp and is directed by Ridley Scott, but neither of them were there, and it was just a bunch of guys talking about, working with Johnny Depp and Ridley Scott. And it's like, why is this in Hall H? Come on.
Yeah, it was really weird. I was like, because we got towards the end of the trailer, and I saw the trailer later on, actually earlier this week. There is some live action footage, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
Because in the end,
they kept talking about filming it.
Yeah, they were talking about how they were shooting it, and then we look at each other like, was it animated? The end was because we were in there towards the end of the trailer, but this was before we got moved.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Because we
were sitting in a row that was perfect. We had some leg room, and a guy comes over. He's like, "You ADA?" And I'm like, "I don't even know. No, we're not." Well, you gotta move. And it's like, what? And then you'd see on other seats they have reserved for ADA signs on them, but the row we were in had none of that shit. And this guy, I think, was angry because I was eating some fucking buffalo chicken rollers or some shit. And it's like, this fat fuck, I got to get rid of him. And
it worked. We got jealous.
They were cold by the time.
Yeah, because I remember, it was kind of, it was just so funny to watch because they were good seats. But
yeah. But, I mean, the graphic novel sounds interesting. It's supposed to be after the events of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I don't know. I was more intrigued by the panel that came after that. Collider's Directing on Directing, where we had Rob Reiner and Paul Feig come out and essentially talk about their work and whatnot. And Paul Feig talked about his upcoming movie that's coming out in December. And Rob Reiner talked about Spinal Tap 2. They played trailers that eventually were online later that day. But it was interesting hearing them talk. How'd you like that panel?
Oh, that was a great panel. I'm a big fan of both of them, and I love listening to their experience and their stories. Especially,
and it was fun listening to them kind of talk to each other with respect, like, "Oh, I love your work, and ask insightful things to one another, opposed to just I'm great and you suck.
Yeah, exactly. But I did this movie, you did this, and I did this. But it did give me a chance to look at Rob Reiner, how he is now, man. He's
right.
He's a bit older there, but I hope he makes.
Oh yeah, that's why it's like, oh well, good thing we got to see a legend before he passes. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was fun. Like I mentioned before, like I'm a big fan of both of their work, But yeah, it's, I was kind of intrigued about what Spinal Tap 2, because I don't think there should have been a sequel in the first place, but
yeah.
But, if anything he's doing, it looks funny. It looks really fun.
True.
It's gonna be a fun watch. But I was more interested about what Puffing's upcoming project.
Yes,
novels, the maids with the maids or something like that. And it's funny because I've seen that picture. I've seen that book whenever I go to Target or Walmart.
The Housemaid.
Yeah, and whenever
starring Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah,
it looked interesting. They played like a clip where Amanda Seyfried is interviewing Sydney Sweeney, and like there was an air of like kind of like something's off here, but everyone's acting cool, and that's the thing I like about Paul Feig. He'll make goofy movies, he'll make kind of more action movies, then he'll make these kind of like thrillers. Like he's a man who can do a lot of different things.
Yes, yeah. So it was.
But sorry, you said you've seen that Housemaid book at like Target?
Yeah, I remember a couple years because I guess it got released. I think like 2017, 2018 around. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it had it has the picture, the shape of a keyhole. And and then when Paul Feig showed that, I was like, oh, okay, so that's the book he's adapting, because apparently there's like 3 or 4 books already out.
Oh shit! So this could be a film franchise.
Yeah, so like,
if it goes well.
Yeah. I don't know anything about the book at all, but
and that's the thing. He didn't really set up what it was about. He just showed us and kind of gave us the vibe of it, and it looks interesting.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. So it should be fun. I would like buy the book or something, like read it.
But you nerd, you know how to read?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how to read. I always say, but books are fancy toilet paper. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, so,
I like that.
But then again, I was like, I don't want to get ruined.
You don't want to. Maybe after you see it, you can read the book and see if they're different. Possibly.
Or just read the
audiobook.
I don't know if they have the Wikipedia or something.
I
was gonna say Spark Notes, but I don't think they have Spark Notes anymore.
No, I think nowadays kids just go to like Chat GPT. They're like, "What is this?" And they're like, "I'm a robot. Here you go."
Yeah. But and then it's coming out in December. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool, man. I love watching thriller movies in December. I don't know why. So
it's kind of counter culture to like all the Christmas movies and big Oscar movies. It's like, oh, this is a little low key, something different to watch.
Yeah. So it was a great panel. I really enjoyed it.
And then after we grabbed some lunch at the Cheesecake Factory and got one of the worst service, we got terrible service 95% of the time. And then our last night we got fantastic service. But we didn't do any more panels or anything. After that, didn't we go to Peace Fest? Was that night?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It was
down the road there was a pop-up for Peacemaker, where it was like a Peacemaker festival. Essentially, we went into this kind of nightclub that was decked out with Peacemaker stuff. You could play Peacemaker in what was it? Not Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. You get free drinks. You could buy merch. And then there was like a retros 80 bands doing a couple of classic jams. It was an interesting, fun time, I think.
Yeah, it was a fun time. They were playing Mortal Kombat 1. It wasn't Street Fighter.
Oh, okay. I was right with Mortal Kombat in the first one.
No, different franchise. But it was fun. But it was weird. It was funny because when we got our drinks, the guy was just like non-alcoholic or alcoholic.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Okay. And then
and I was like alcoholic, and they gave me like the Arizona hard iced tea or whatever.
Twisted, and then they show you the flavors they had, and I heard someone say, "Oh, could I get this one?" And they're like, "Sorry, it's an assortment. You get whatever we grab." And it's like, you couldn't just look to see which one's peach and which one's raspberry. Come on, asshole.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying, but yeah, no,
And
no,
then
it was fun. It was fun.
there
Uh,
was like Eagly the Eagle, who's like the mascot of Peacemaker. And apparently they had the real eagle upstairs, but you had to be invited up. It's like,
yeah, that was
what?
weird. Yeah, by the bartender of all people. And I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. I was like,
That was
it
the
was kind of
oddest
weird.
thing.
Yeah,
It's like, I can't go
yeah,
see an eagle. Fuck
yeah,
you.
I guess you can't see the eagle because the bartender won't let you. But the venue
Yeah,
was
you asked
great.
for
They picked a good
non-alcoholic.
venue. They picked a good venue for that little. Uh,
Yeah, and that
uh,
band was kind of fun. They all came out like dressed up with wigs and stuff, and they made it fun. And it was a decent. I feel like that was the longest activation we had. Essentially, it felt like an hour or so.
yeah,
It was kind of
yeah,
cool.
it was mostly waiting for the band, and
Hmm.
the good thing that it was the last time slot for the
Performance of the
band.
night,
And yeah,
so they weren't rushing us out. Essentially,
yeah. And then
although
what's
they
great
kind of did.
is that they play like what 5 songs from from the 80s,
Yeah.
and then well
And
first
that was
they
right
play
after Ozzy died. They did like an Ozzy cover
Ozzy
as an encore,
cover. Yeah,
which
and
they
then
made it sound like they did that special for us. I'm like, yeah, you did that every show, I bet, you assholes.
the crowd that we had, they kept like bringing, they brought him back for like
Yeah.
they brought him back, and it took them a while. You can tell that they kind of like they weren't sure they
They
wanted to
needed
come back.
wanted to relax and
Yeah, they wanted to relax,
yeah.
but when we exited, they were there like like greeting us. So
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
pretty.
yeah. They were like pilots of a plane. They're like, oh, thanks for coming to the show. We appreciate your patronage.
Yeah, but that was pretty fun. It was yeah, it was pretty fun. They had all those memorabilia and all those like
Oh, and they gave us
stuff there.
Peacemaker mask that we could
Show.
wear, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, we had yeah. They gave us all a peacemaker mask, and they gave us we took a picture at a photo booth. So
I
yeah, to make
forgot
us
about that photo booth. I got up too quick when I was exiting, and it was a low clearance. I fucking hit my head on that.
oh, really?
The lady's like, "You okay?" I'm like,
Oh,
"Yeah, I'm
man.
a fucking idiot." I forgot about that photo booth. They let you know what type of hero you'd be, and of course, I
Yeah,
think
I
mine
don't
was
think it
like,
did.
"You're a coward."
It just took the picture. I don't know
Yeah,
what mine said. I just did a weird face. So,
nice.
but yeah, no, it
Yeah,
was a good event.
so
I liked it.
that was pretty much how we ended our night. And that ended, I want to say, at like 9 o'clock. But I was so wiped out that night, man. It was a
Yeah,
busy
same
day.
here.
And then Friday, I believe, was our first thing we did Friday. Was it the Star Wars Refresh Your Galaxy activation, aka get a free Coke and take a picture with the Darth Vader?
Yeah,
Was that on Thursday or Friday?
I don't want to say it was Saturday because Saturday
That's what I
we had
thought. I couldn't tell.
yeah,
No,
because it was before the
no, because then we wake up and go to Bob's Burger first thing Saturday. That's why I wasn't sure.
I thought that was Friday. No, no, no. You know what? I think you're right. I think that was Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
on
yeah. So
Saturday,
essentially,
yeah, Saturday was the box burger
yeah, that was
one
our
because
whole day in like
you
ballroom
told me
20.
that, yeah, because you told me that the Bob's Burger one. Sorry, you told me like all the panels on Saturday were like really good.
Yeah. So it had to be. Yeah, I was going back
Yeah,
and
yeah,
forth when I was looking at the schedule. But I don't know. That was kind of silly,
yeah,
but it was nice because I think it was refreshing getting a Coke, but there was nothing going on. And you kind of broke the lady who was
nothing
acting
going
like a
on.
hardcore, like badass. She saw your little like you got a sticker from the San Diego Police Department, which was a badge. She's like, oh, I love that. But
Yes,
everyone else, she was acting like a hard
yeah,
ass.
yeah. So yeah, because she goes because I remember because like towards the end she broke character, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I get those stickers from the police department too." And then I realized it was Friday because the police officer was yelling,
Sticker Friday.
Sticker Friday,"
Ah.
and he looked at me like I asked for a sticker, even though he was giving out to the kids, and she just looked at me. He was like, "All right, I guess you got one." And I was like,
That
"All
was
right."
fun. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that activation mediocre, but we got a free
we got
Coke out
free
of it.
Coke,
And it was right next to where we were actually heading to the Twisted Metal Bumper Battle. Essentially, we got front of the line access to play bumper cars. Calypso was putting on bumper cars and talking shit, which the people before us got Sweet Tooth talking shit to them, walking around. But I don't know. It's been so long since I've done bumper cars. I had fun doing it, I think. Although it was
it
cramped.
was fun. Mine didn't at one point. Mine didn't want to cooperate, and it was going the the opposite direction. But it was fun because there was an older gentleman, like an old man that got on, and
he was like shooting everything on his phone, right, the whole time.
Yeah, on his phone. He had his phone right here, and then he was like going like this, and I kept.
That's ballsy to me, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I think I only hit you a couple times, but I kept hitting him.
Yeah, I think the guy I had in my targets the whole time was this guy wearing a Wario hat. I'm like, that's badass. I want to hit Wario, man. Fucking Mario Kart in this bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it went on for a good like 5 minutes. It felt like.
Yeah, I was just bummed out because I kind of wanted Sweet Tooth to on our end
because that looked like fun.
Yeah, and then I remember that, like there was one guy who was like, "Who's that guy?" Taking like yelling at you like, I'm like, "You've not seen the show? You haven't played?"
Yeah, right. Like, who's that out of shape guy yelling at us? It's like, dude, that's Sweet Tooth, dude. He's like the best part. Will Arnett's voice, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Samoa Joe.
Well, that was pretty fun. So I haven't gotten a chance to. I know you got a chance to watch season 2 yet.
Which I offered, dude. You can watch.
It's already out.
It's just premiered, right?
Yeah, it premiered on the 31st. So by the time this gets, by the time it's already out, so that's something that I have to put on my list to watch because I was
highly suggest it. This takes the first season and brings it to the next level. Like you're getting character episodes, but you're also getting the fucking Twisted Metal tournament episode, and it's kind of counterbalanced throughout the season. And we're getting cool new character. I have really dug this season, and I hope it gets a third because they end on an interesting note.
Ooh, cool.
I'd love to hear what you have to say about it once you watch all of it.
Yeah, definitely.
But, and then after that, we made our ways to a panel, and we stumbled upon the Primitive War panel, which is a book you actually have read, right? You want to set that up?
I got it randomly. Like because it came. I don't know when. I forgot when it came out, and then I was like kind of reading it. And I was like, "This is kind of interesting." It's like sci-fi Jurassic Park type shit, and I was like,
set in World War II, right, or something like that.
Well, like in the Vietnam War, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." And I remember we were when we were watching like the panel, and I think I told you like, "Oh, this is based off a book," because I was thinking about it. They were talking about the story, and I was just like, I feel like I've seen this before. And at first, I thought it was like it's probably like a remake of an B sci-fi movie from like the 80s or something.
It sounds like it could be.
Yeah, and it had like the guy who played Bautista and then Dexter. He was in it, and some other people that I honestly
and Jeremy Piven from Entourage.
Jeremy Piven.
I didn't know anybody else in the cast, but I'm like, it sounds cool. Like when I saw the trailer a few weeks ago, I'm like, I want to see that, man. It's an interesting concept. I'm excited. I'm sad that we only caught the tail end of that. Yeah. Because it would have been interesting here in the full panel, but we're bumper carring. I can't complain.
Yeah, we're busy.
Yeah. But then we got the panel that we actually wanted to see up next. It was Collider's Inside Hollywood with Bob Odenkirk. Odenkirk talking about stuff and primarily promoting Nobody 2, but it was fun seeing Odenkirk talk. And
this was my first time actually seeing that, that type of panel. So especially him talking, because like I'm always I'm a big fan of him like for like the longest time. So just seeing him talking, like not only talking about his promoting his movie, but just talking about his earlier roles.
Which was the more interesting stuff to hear, like the early days at SNL with Conan and
it was kind of cool just him talking about stuff like like stuff about his own experience, just like the other panel with Rob Reiner and Paul Feig. So it was really fun watching watching him talk about all that stuff. So
what I liked. But it was nice. He set up. They showed a clip from Nobody 2, and he had talked about essentially forcing them to let him do like a Jackie Chan style fight scene, and that was kind of fun to hear. Bob Odenkirk and his family like really enjoyed. What was it, like a police story or?
I think it was Super Cop. Yeah, was it Super Cop? Yeah,
probably. But that was kind of cool hearing him be like, I got to do that style fighting, even though it's only one scene, but. It's like, good for you, man. You get to.
Yeah. And what's funny is that it's in the trailer too. It's in the trailer as well. And I
Nice.
watched that trailer earlier this week. But yeah, I enjoyed the first one. The first one was
Oh
like
yeah.
kind of threw me out of the park. Well, like I wasn't expecting. I saw the trailers and said, oh, okay, cool, but I was not expecting,
Dude.
that type of violence. Especially for
Yeah,
a
it was
movie.
so brutal. And
Yeah.
like came out of nowhere. That was one of my favorite movies that year. I was just like, holy fuck. And I just love how it was like he had him like with the little kitten and stuff. I'm like, ah. And then you get RZA and fucking Christopher Lloyd. It's like, oh man, what a fun cast.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see him and his family on vacation and him having to kick ass. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and I love his story of how he explained it when they're gonna do Nobody 2, where he said,
oh yeah,
like, he wanted to, his wife wanted to go to like Italy, but then he's
yeah,
like,
it was initially set in Italy.
Yeah, it's like, well, if it takes place in Italy, well, then we'll just end up in his own words, it's just gonna be a James Bond movie then.
He's like, it has to be something people can relate to. Hutch's family isn't well off, and like it's just like a bad like New Orleans like tourist attraction essentially.
Yeah,
like that is so cool. Like you could have had a great Italian vacation, but yeah, you're ruining your franchise, and that shows that he cares about it, which is nice.
That he really cares about it. So yeah, because he could have just done the easy route, and then, how some old sequels are. They'll go bigger by going somewhere like
Agent Cody Banks too. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, no, I'm excited when it comes because it comes out.
I think in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm really excited. That's on the top of my list.
Yeah, I should reserve it already on my.
And then, yeah. God, that's so true. You can probably buy tickets already. After that same room, we got to see Gen V's sophomore year is gonna be lit. Essentially, they played some trailer for season 2 of Gen V and also a trailer for the final season of The Boys. And just seeing the cast talk, it was kind of interesting. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst panel.
Yeah, it's because like I enjoyed like the that series,
it was good series, yeah.
It was a good series, but like some of the actors in there, like who played them, like the maker, I didn't know I didn't know any of them, so it was just weird seeing them like talking in the panel,
not as their character, yeah,
because I was like, were they really acting?
And that's the thing, the one who the blonde girl, like I couldn't tell if she in the panel was putting on a character of like a ditzy kind of character or if it was her. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Everyone else was kind of chill, but she was like, I'm like, what's going on here?
It was kind of weird, but yeah, it kind of threw me off. But they showed some good stuff.
Yeah,
some good footage for the upcoming season, and then
talked about cameos of the boys' characters coming into their world. They showed us the new dean of the school. It was a fun one, but I really enjoyed the next panel, Dexter Resurrections.
Oh yeah,
and we got some great cast members there. Pretty much everyone except for Dinklage and homeboy from fucking Modern Family.
Yeah,
I feel like all the other new killers.
Yeah, and like, what's weird is like I think we
and Neil Patrick Harris
both have. Oh yeah, there we go. We both have had different experience with that show because I remember when we lived together, you would watch it with with our good buddy Wildcat 037.
If you play Xbox, add Wildcat 037 to your friends or on Steam. Wherever you play games, find him. He's a good guy. He loves adding new friends. But yeah, you didn't really watch with us, right? Like you weren't interested.
No, because I remember when it first came out, the first two. Because I remember because I was in high school and we had Stars when we had Stars illegally. We had
I'm calling the law.
The toasters, you better not be running me out. So I remember, and then I remember the first season it came up, and I remember I was in high school, and I was like, it was like at 7:30, and I was like, I don't have anything to watch, and I turned it on, and I was like, man, this is actually pretty good. And someone told me it was like actually a teacher, I don't know which one. It was like my English teacher told me it was based off a book.
Yeah, a whole series of books.
Yeah, Yeah, and then after I think it's just after the first two seasons, I kind of stopped watching because I had
Fair
other
enough.
things to do. And then it wasn't
Yeah.
until when the
What a
show
popular
ended.
guy.
Yeah, when the show ended, we were like, you know what? It was on Netflix at one point. I just binge watched the
Mhm.
whole thing, and and then I tell people now. I tell people if you're gonna watch Dexter, just watch it from season 1 to 4.
Well, no. Now
Everything
tell him to
else,
start with Dexter Origins and then 1 to 4, man.
yeah, and then and then when Original Sin, when the Original Sin came out, at first I was like, oh, another prequel, whatever,
Now, did
But
you
then
watch the other? Did you watch the Dexter New Blood, the one that came
I
before
did
this?
I did watch it, so yeah. So I watched that, which was it was
It was
alright.
all right.
It's right. I mean, it kind of fixed that horrible series finale.
Oh
So
God, yes.
from the original series.
But it
So
still felt off. Seeing
it still felt.
Batista come back, actually having someone from Miami in the show, I'm like, okay, this feels right again. But I
Yeah.
feel honestly, I've caught up now since Comic-Con.
Oh,
It
nice.
doesn't fully feel like Dexter. It feels a little different, but I like how they're taking it more where he's not fully killing everybody, but he's still getting justice. And I don't know. It's interesting how they're maturing him, kind of, I guess. And I like the whole characters that they've added, these serial killers and whatnot.
Oh yeah. It's great. It's kind of like he doesn't know, when you first find out about this, he doesn't know what to do.
Right.
He has to follow the code that his dad did. Only kill bad people, and they are bad people. But then again,
Yeah, but they're relatable like him.
Yeah, because he thought
And then what really sold me was the clip they showed at Comic-Con. I mean, I was going to watch it one way or the other, but the fact that Peter Dinklage character, he collects all these memorabilia, and a lot of them were killers that Dexter killed, but then he has Dexter's slides. The blood cell. I'm like, that's badass. But they don't know that he's the Bay Harbor Butcher because he's pretending. It's like layers on layers in this show, and that was fun.
Yeah, it was great. So if you guys haven't got a chance to watch it, honestly, it's a good watch. Yeah, it's it's still going on. So so you're able to catch up. But yeah, that was a good panel. It's good.
Yeah. And then we closed out the night by going to FX's Alien Earth Code Red activation, where we almost had one of our old roommates in our group performing, but we missed him, unfortunately. But this was a fun activation. Essentially, we were interns starting with this company that has to go and do a cleanup, and an alien breaches, and you go through all these little things, and I don't know, it was cool, but they built it up like, oh, it's the code red, so it's the after dark hours, and it's like it's bright as fuck out right now.
It's bright as fuck. And I will mention I did bring it with me. They at least we get
I didn't bring mine out.
Cool flashlight. So
yeah, I thought they were gonna take that shit away from us. Yeah, they gave us a flashlight. They gave us a jawbreaker. They gave us
an energy drink,
like a little ecto cooler type drink.
Yeah, and we get to keep the badge. They gave us our own badges, and that was pretty cool. I was like, the only thing that kind of killed it was during the daytime, so it wasn't.
Yeah, it's funny though. Right, I think I told you when we were doing the Adult Swim thing, I heard someone being like, oh, that's a guy I watch on IGN. Like, oh, he's really cool. I'm like, that guy's a fucking nerd. And then I saw someone, I've seen some videos on TikTok. I'm like, oh, that guy's here. And then I saw he put a video of him going through the Alien Earth thing. And one of the guys who was yelling at him was Darius. And
you sent me the link.
Yeah, I was like, oh, man, that's funny, man. Too bad we didn't get that. We would have we would have got it. Yeah. Man. But I mean, it was a cool activation. But I don't know.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool activation. Yeah,
it
wasn't too far from the actual convention center.
Yeah, it was right behind.
The only one that I told you about that was extremely far, that was really close to the hostel that I stayed, was the South Park one.
Yeah, I wish I was trying like hell to get us into that, but there was I couldn't find any ends. Because you said there were huge lines, right?
There was huge lines after 9, or after I was walking back, there was still a huge line. And then even in the morning when I was sleeping, there was still there was already a line forming up. But then I was kind of looked inside, and I was like, I guess if you like South Park and country, because they were playing country music. So I was kind of like
Hmm.
thrown off, but then I was like, all right, I guess. But yeah, well, first it's out of the area. It's way out of
So
where
far,
everything
like a
else.
20-minute walk.
Yeah, so I was like, is it really worth it to wait to walk from the convention center
Yeah.
to there and then wait another 30 minutes or so? So I mean,
And another
that
one that we didn't get to do that I really wanted to do that unfortunately it wasn't in the cards was King of the Hill had like a barbecue type pop
oh
up
yeah,
and
yeah,
we didn't get into that. And we didn't get into the Abbott Elementary Carnival thing, but
yeah, the
the
carnival thing
line was
either.
crazy for that too.
Yeah, so and then yeah, that was pretty much our
Or
Friday,
Friday.
and then Saturday was just we pretty much just spent
Annalyn.
we just spent like the whole day like in watching all these crazy panels. So
Oh, dude. So let's run through it and then talk about all of it as one. So we started off Bob's Burger, Futurama, The Simpsons, American Dad, Family Guy, Entertainment Weekly's Brave New Warriors, just a bunch of guys from different shows, and Batista
yeah,
was there. That's the only one we knew, really.
yeah,
Ghost, the
Ghost,
show that you like. I've seen a few episodes, but that was fun to watch and hear those guys goof around.
oh yeah,
And that was like our morning. So you want to just talk about anything we saw there, or
oh yeah. I
it
mean,
wasn't really much.
yeah, I'll talk about Ghost because like, okay, you did mention I do watch the show, and I
Yeah,
started to watch the UK series that's
the
based off
original.
it. Yeah, no, actually, it's pretty funny as well. You know, there, but
Is it
uh,
similar or is it a little bit different than the American
it's
and
a
the
little bit
bastardized?
different. Yeah, oh yeah, there's extra ghosts that weren't transferred over, and I can kind of tell
Huh.
that they weren't gonna fit well.
Yeah.
For example, there's like
Like you're not gonna get like the business guy who doesn't wear
no,
pants. You're not
there
gonna
is a
get
business guy
the
there,
oh,
but
you're not
but
gonna get
but
the Boy Scout guy
no,
leader, probably.
there's someone else, but we did get the business guy, but the business guy in the UK series was a little bit older. He's like an older guy.
Oh, not
Yeah,
a young hot shot.
no, from like the early 2000s. No, it wasn't that guy who played Trevor. But yeah, but like the UK series had this one character where it's like a Frenchman who got beheaded from the guillotine, and
Oh
it's
shit.
just like a running gag that his head's just right there on the floor. You know, and like the wife can only see it, so she's like. She gets like it's weird because like his head's on the floor and then his body's just like walking around. I would love to see that transferred over
That'd be funny.
to the US series. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that one. Like it gave us a little
Like we got a lot of the ghost, which was cool. We got the husband, but we didn't get the main woman, the main character. But I mean,
no.
it felt like they're a close knit cast, which was kind of nice and refreshing to see. And they liked one another genuinely, and they goofed off. And
They
I
moved it off a lot. So
it kind of makes me want to go back and watch what 3 or 4 seasons they're deep right now.
yeah, I think they're already in the fourth season.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's a
And
good
that's like
series,
a
man.
traditional 20-23
Oh
episode run, right? Each season. Because
yeah.
CBS. So
Yeah, it's CBS. So yeah, so that was good. That was good to watch. And honestly, the
Mhm.
one of the weird ones was the Brave New World. That was kind of
Yeah, that we didn't really care too much, but it was the gap between the animation and then Ghost. So
yeah.
it's like, why leave the
So,
room?
so why not? Because we left and then come now. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird.
And-
Like you mentioned before, it was just a bunch of actors from different
Mhm.
TV series and movies.
Talking about their experiences. Let's see. I think if I remember, got a guy from the was Spartacus prequel series, I think.
Yeah, I think
Blood
so.
of
And
or
then
Outlander, Blood of My Blood. Guy from Alien Earth. I think maybe the guy from Gen V, the one that plays the one that can transfer from male to female. Batista. And I feel like there might have been one and Robbie Cavill, Robbie Amell.
Stephen Amell's cousin. Yeah, Stephen Amell's cousin.
So it was cool group of guys, but
you don't want to be.
Yeah, it was the final season of his show. It's like, do I gotta be here? I guess. But I didn't really know any of the shows. Like, I'm looking forward to Alien Earth, but it hasn't come out. I like Gen V. I like Dexter, but I didn't really know much of the talent up there, unfortunately. But
yeah,
but I will say,
that's what I was kind of. I wasn't really.
I did enjoy Bob's Burger. They were talking a whole bunch about the 300th episode. Futurama, they did like half a table read of an episode and then showed us another scene that came after it. The Simpsons, were they talking a lot about Treehouse of Terror that's upcoming?
Yeah, Treehouse of Horror.
Horrors, yeah, sorry.
Treehouse of Horror.
Family Guy was cool, but I really liked the sizzle reel they showed for American Dad. I think that was the fun one for me out of those. I liked them all, but
it was great because like I'm so behind. I'm so behind on American Dad. Where I think I told you,
that's the show you don't need to. You can just jump in whenever, essentially.
Yeah, you can just jump in, and I think I told you I was like when they said they left, that they left TBS.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that they were. TBS. Yeah, they just finished TBS up, and now they're coming with this upcoming season. Yeah, it's crazy. Everything's coming back to Fox except for King of the Hill is on Hulu. It's like, why not just redo the early 2000s, man? All on Fox, but yeah. But anything stick out to you with those animation panels? Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Anything else kind of stand out to you on those animation panels, or it was just like, kind of seen one.
I think honestly, like other than American Dad, I would say the Bob's Burgers one too.
That was good.
It stood out because like I was it was kind of cool seeing seeing a clip of kind of like before they had Gene. So when
that was cool, man.
That was pretty funny to watch that clip. So. I'm also behind with Bob's Burgers as well. So
another one that you can just come and go. But it's like all these shows, like the two you mentioned right there, Bob's Burger. I think there was a time where I didn't like the show, so there was some gaps when Sarah and I got together. Like she really liked it, so we watched a bunch. But like the past 10 years, I've watched them all. But it's like I'll catch randomly on TV like old episodes. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that happened. I didn't know that happened. And same thing, American Dad. I've watched them all pretty much, but I can just go and click a random season and be like, I don't remember this episode at all, and it still hits pretty well. Like that's the nice thing about these animation shows. They have longevity, I think.
Yeah.
And
actually the most interesting of all those panels, the most interesting one is when we were walking to the panel.
Oh, yes.
And there's this dude in front of us.
Oh god!
This is in the morning, so we're walking to the panel. We're going.
There's zigzaggy lines, big lines to get in.
We're outside at one point. We're inside. I think we were outside again. And
there's a nice heavy-set guy bigger than me in front of us.
He just lets it rip. He farts and the way.
And not just lets it rip. He walked from outside to inside, just going and going. It was like.
Yeah, it was like
no. Oh, sorry, not a look around. Just fucking doing it, man. Just going to town.
I guess we're covered in farts. But he didn't he didn't say sorry. He didn't
I think he thinks he tricked us. Like we didn't know he did it. Luckily we were walking most of the time, so you couldn't fully smell it. But you could hear it. And we were right in the blast zone.
Yeah, and we're laughing too.
I think at one point we laughed so much at him, he looked at us like, fuck you guys. It's like, fuck you, guy. You're the one that you farted on us.
Yeah, you're the one that farted. I was like, if you're going to fart, at least hold it while we're standing outside.
Yeah.
And put your ass out,
Maybe step aside where nobody is, fart, and get back in line. We're not going to say you got out of line.
Yeah, we're going to say that. Or even that, if you ask me, hey, man, I'm going to fart.
Yeah.
I would have been cool with that. Like, okay, we just turn the other...
Turn the other cheek.
Yeah, or something. But yeah, he just let it rip. I was like,
that was fantastic.
Oh man.
So then we actually left that area, and there was a panel I wanted to see, but before we got in, we ended up going to the Project Hail Mary audio book club, which for those of you who don't know, there's a new Ryan Gosling movie based on a book called Project Hail Mary. And apparently people love this book, and they've recently done an audiobook version of it, and the creator of the book was there, the producer of the audio of the movie was there, and then the man who narrated it were there. And at that point, we've been sitting all day. It's been a long weekend. I feel like listening to these clips and this guy talking, I was just falling asleep a little bit. And like, it was kind of interesting. They seemed like they were talking about some fun stuff. And I'm like, I don't know anything about this book. I don't know. What were you thinking that time?
I was in the same boat with you. Like when we walked in, we're like, I like, who's this guy? And then it wasn't until like the actual trailer, because they showed the trailer, which is available online right now, where it's like, oh, he wrote The Martian, like the book, which is
yes.
Movie. I was like, oh, cool. And I was like, that's cool. And I was like, but yeah, it was I was kind of lost at one point because I was like, what are they talking about? And then they kept talking about like when they were the fans were, or like when they were asking questions, they kept talking about some
other book.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
The book. And I was like, what are they talking about? But yeah, it was just I did love how the guy who narrated like the audiobook, how he was making fun of the people working there, because he kept saying, oh, we're gonna dim the lights for something that you only hear.
That's the thing, like, you assume these audiobook guys are kind of boring, but that guy was having fun. He's like, yeah, I just record in my living room in a tent. It has good acoustics. It's like, what? Okay.
Apparently, I looked him up on IMDb. So when he was the voice of Darkseid in the Zack Snyder's Justice League cut, like the Snyder cut.
Oh, no way. He
Yeah.
had a good voice.
Yeah, he had a good voice. Like, oh, cool. I was like, and then he's done a bunch of audiobooks, but yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. And it was like,
you know who they should have got to do the audiobook? Our old croc wearing, flannel wearing pal, Michael Floyd. That guy does some audiobooks. I'm a teacher. Oh, I'm gonna save the world. That's not. Sorry.
If you're watching this, we love you and we miss you.
We miss you. We need you. We just know you're safe. Yeah, we hope you're not living in an apartment. We know you hate it. So
we know you hate it. So
yeah. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. After being in that panel, I'm like, I kind of want to listen to this audiobook. If it's on Spotify, maybe I'll listen. But I'm like, same thing with you and the housemate. It's like, do I want to listen to the book before I see the movie? But I feel like normally there's such a difference in movie to translation, essentially.
Yeah.
But it sounds like there's great inner dialogue that this author wrote for this character that we maybe might hear as like VO from Gosling, but just hearing those clips, I'm like, this kind of sounds interesting, but I don't know.
Well, speaking of that, I kind of spoiled it myself because I watched like a video from a YouTuber who's
bad boy.
He told me the whole, like he told like the whole plot, and I go, man, I was like, no. Well,
did they at least say spoiler alert?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna forget.
Will you remember it when the movie comes out, or
probably not, because it comes out on March 6th of next year. So that's one of my list that I want to watch. I even told my brother about it because my brother's a big fan of The Martian. So
then The Martian was such a good movie, and like honestly, who's directing this? It's the dudes behind the Spider-Verse producers, right?
Yes,
the Lego movie.
Phil Lord and Chris
Lord and Miller. Yeah. And they haven't done a movie in a while, so it's like, fuck yeah, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, because Ridley Scott did did The Martian. He did the first one. He did The Martian.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and then just watching that trailer. But what was interesting about that panel about the author is how he, when they were asking on the Q&A, they were asking, one of them was asking questions of how he thought how he imagined
like the ship or something,
or like how the characters will look like in the book, and he answered the way like I never heard of. He said that he didn't picture his characters.
They're just blobs.
They're just blobs. So they can be anything you want, pretty much. It doesn't explain. I was like, that's pretty interesting. I've never heard that. Yeah, it's a refreshing
way to look at it, because most people are like, well, I picture this and that and blah blah blah, and it's like he's like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to write the best characters and this and that. It doesn't matter what they look like. Yeah, and like even the spaceship or like an alien creature, he's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, he's more of the research of like what would actually happen type of thing, opposed to bugging you.
Yeah, that was a surprise panel that I was more so,
Right.
when we got there, they had comfortable seats, so I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh God, we've been sitting all day in these seats, and I'm like, oh, these are nice seats. But then we got in these other ones, the cushions, the back cushions, the butt.
oh yeah,
Oh God, it was good. But it was also oddly chillier in that room than in the previous room.
yeah, because it was smaller, but
Smaller, less
now I
people.
can't. Yeah, because that panel overall was interesting, but the panel after that, I don't know.
Oh, the panel I was so looking forward to. A movie I've been waiting for years. I want to say at least 15 years. Oh man, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Organic Intelligence. And now, if you don't know, folks, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is a cheesy B movie where giant tomatoes start attacking and killing people, and it's cheesy. And I'm like, oh, they're doing a new version, so this is going to be more modern, more sleek, more like budget, more everything. But by God, what they showed us looks like a student film of a freshman student. Like it looked rough, and they put that stuff online recently, and I'm like, oh, they didn't change
Yeah,
anything.
it does not look good at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know.
worst panel of the whole con.
Yeah, it was
Like
like the moderator was awkward. The cast and crew, like the cast,
nobody
like,
was prepared for anything. They all felt like they didn't want to be there, or they didn't know what they were supposed to be doing there. They tried playing games that didn't work. They had all these inside jokes, and it's like,
and they kept saying like,
guys,
if you want, go to the booth, go to our booth to get your prize.
take a picture.
Yeah, which is funny because I on preview night I went to that booth and I did take a picture of it, but they didn't.
Oh, that would be cool if you were in the.
And to go back with the booth real quick, there was one booth.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you, but there was one booth. AMC had their own booth.
Yeah, the AMC theaters. Yeah,
I saw
that.
All they sold was their popcorn buckets.
Just buckets, right?
Yeah, and they were mostly all sold out. No, like, what?
Yes. All right, let's talk about that. All right. So it was weird. Preview night is normally a night where only the exhibition hall is pretty much open. So it's like, if you got that, you can buy whatever you want. So you don't have to worry about going to the floor. You can just do your panels, activations, or whatnot. And my brother specifically was looking for a couple of specific things. So it's like, I went to look for a t-shirt. Oh, well, that's not available till Thursday. Comic book. Oh, we're not selling comic books till tomorrow. And then like I had won this thing for Pop Mart, and they're selling Labubu things, and I get in line. They're already sold out of things. I'm like, and everywhere you went, like I even went to somewhere I wanted to get like American Dad stickers or King of the Hill. Oh, we're sold out. It's like people are sold out of things on opening night, preview night, not even opening night. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. I was so confused.
Yeah.
I was like, when you told me that, I was like, what? I was like, like we just
it was
like,
rough.
It's been like 30 minutes. I highly doubt everyone went to get, that.
Yeah, because we got in right when they were open the doors. We were one of the first. And let's talk about that. So everyone who works at the Comic-Con is essentially, if you're not paid security, you're volunteers, and power hungry goes to your head. So they're yelling at us, go to the left, stand in single form line, stand in line. And then we're not opening these doors. You're going to go over there to that one, but don't rush. And then we go over there. We do that. We get yelled at over there. And then as we're going in, the door we're at, flooded open. People going in. It's like, what the fuck? Who's running this shit?
Yeah. I feel like it was. I mean, I think I told you before. I think I told you it's Comic-Con's been nonprofit since like they first opened like in the 70s. So it's like all their money is based on sponsorships.
Makes sense.
So it kind of makes sense. My guess is probably just been getting worse every year. So
yeah.
But it was just kind of interesting. Like all these volunteers were getting all power hungry. They were on the power trip. They thought that they were above the law or something like that. But it was just so funny watching that.
And then you ask them a question when it really counts. They don't have an answer. They don't know how to answer. They're just like, oh, we're just doing this for the free tickets. And it's like, well, you don't deserve this. But we had one more panel left. One I kind of begrudgingly made you go to. We an evening with Kevin Smith. It's essentially Kevin Smith talking. He did mention a few things like Dogma is getting a 40X release, and Jay and Silent Bob are going to be getting Marvel comics. They're going to be popping up in the background. And then there's going to be a run of Jay and Silent Bob, Fuck the MCU. And he's pitching a Rocky and Bullwinkle show to Universal. And that's about it that we learned there. And then it was a bunch of fanboys and girls who always go up and ask questions. And it's like, okay. That was a little weird.
Yeah, I remember this was like my first time seeing seeing him like that. In Comic-Con, and I think I specifically asked you, like, it's cool, like, you know, like, it's cool and all, but like, if I was up there asking questions, I want to talk more about his movies. And
yes, nobody,
but like, I want to talk about, like, you know, his actual movies. And who's your favorite?
What's your favorite?
Batman, or do you like Superman or Batman? You know,
there was one moment I felt kind of bad. Like, there was clearly a man who had some type of he was handicapped, it seemed, and he was talking about, I was here for
Predator,
one of the panels, a Peacemaker panel, and Kevin Smith's like, oh, did they show an episode? And he's like, yeah. He's like, oh, what did they show? He's like, and like, he just didn't know how to answer, and it's like, oh man. Then Kevin Smith just kept digging. It's like, this guy's not all there, man.
Kind of awkward,
yeah. But, and then there's like all these people who always go every year, like one guy and his son. Oh, hey, you remember me? Oh, yeah, I remember you. And then a lady, oh, yeah, I was here last year. I told you about my comic shop. If you're ever in town, you should come. Oh, yeah. It's like, and then, what's your favorite this and that? And it's like you said, ask about the fucking movies, man. Like, you have untapped potential to talk about, I don't know, personal work.
Yeah, personal work. I want one of the things, if I was up there and asked a question, I would ask him I would ask him about his movie Chasing Amy. Like, that movie
was a Comic-Con movie.
Yeah, there you go. And that movie can never be made today. People will cancel that movie.
They would be outraged by it, man.
Yeah, so that's something I would want to talk about. But it's Kevin Smith just talking. So
talking. Yeah, which I always enjoy, but if you listen to any of his podcasts, you hear the same stories over. But like he says, you never know who's listened to me on this and that, and it's like, okay, I guess. But yeah, that's how I normally end the con. He normally has the last Saturday Hall H, and it's normally hard getting in Hall H, but once Kevin Smith's there, plenty full seats, folks. It's interesting. But yeah, you were leaving Sunday morning at like 4:00 to catch a train back to Los Angeles, and I had a flight at like 9:00 at night. But I'm like, there's no panels that were interesting. The only panel that sounded okay was George Lucas's museum, and Del Toro was there, and I think it was being moderated by God, who was it? Someone interesting. But that was the only thing. I'm like, do I just want to go for that? I just went to the fucking airport and sat all day like a weirdo. But I did later that night go to see Fantastic Four with the original movie toaster, Corey Ryan. So that was fun. But I was so tired I was falling asleep. But we did get one last dinner before we called it quits for the day. We went to this pretty cool bar/restaurant called Villains. If you're out in San Diego, you should check that place out. It's new. It's pretty cool. Best service we had from the bartender. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was our con. It wasn't the best con. It wasn't the worst con. But every year I ask myself, is it worth flying out here? Is it worth the hotel? And it's like, yes and no. I don't know. Would you go again, do you think? I don't know. Since you don't really have as much of travel, but you still got to pay to hotel and whatnot. Is it worth it, do you think?
Honestly, it just kind of depends on what they're gonna show.
True.
I would love to go again, probably for Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, those are the two best days, essentially.
Best days, and then just fuck around, take the trolley.
But that's the thing, like, when my brother came out for the first time to go to Comic-Con with me, I think 2016 or whatever, we only had, I think, like Thursday and Saturday tickets. But back then there was so much going on. Like this company Legion M had like their own, like they had a whole bar they rented out and they did their own panels and screenings. And there was all these pop-ups. We literally filled the whole weekend with only 2 days of tickets. And it was one of the best cons I had back then. Like every year it kind of dwindles, like less studios go and less people are interested. It's weird. Like, it's a love-hate relationship. But honestly, in my book, my favorite con is the New York Comic Con. Unfortunately, they don't care about Movie Toast enough to give me press badges. So,
which is why you guys need to start subscribing. Get some recommendations.
Yeah.
If you're a subscriber and you watch this, you'll be like, hey, you guys want to see two dudes talk about movies? Maybe a little bit TV too, just like in the theme song. Just
oh boy!
And if you don't like it, then that's okay. There's
cool.
There's a million podcasts. Everybody has a podcast now.
Exactly.
People have podcasts.
Ooh, I like that. I like this one guy. Yeah, he has a good podcast.
So yeah, there's a lot of podcasts. So
it's an oversaturated market. I'm surprised, honestly. 220 episodes in, and we had some lost episodes when the previous hosts were there, and I'm surprised we're still doing it, and we're still finding our footing. And some episodes are really good, in my opinion, and some are mediocre, and some are long, like this one. Like, we're almost 2 hours in, haven't talked about reviews, but we're about to get there in a minute. You never know what you're going to get. I don't know. It's a hit or a miss for some people. I get it. I'm just happy some people check it out. Like I told you, we only pretty much, maybe each episode in the first month or first couple of weeks, we only get like 200, 300 listeners. Not too many views, but I do it for the fun. I don't do it for anything else. You know.
Yeah. And then
anywho,
I just listen for fun. And
I appreciate that.
You invite me over. You invite me to be on this podcast so people can see my face.
I think one of my favorite parts was when you slept in my hotel room. I'm like, hey man, just heads up, I snore because I do have a CPAP machine, but the water I left at your fucking hostel, and I didn't want to go back to get it before. And I'm like, I snore, so sorry. And then you're like, yeah, the snore wasn't terrible. You talk in your sleep. I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell you about that. I'll have full-on conversations when I fucking sleep.
Yeah, and what's funny is that I responded to those conversations because I remember you said something, and I remember I was sound asleep, and I just heard you say something. I don't know what it was. And
I don't even know what I say, man.
Yeah. What?
And then I'm like, oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But then again, you end up getting your hotel room was clearly a disabled.
Yes, yeah. Weirdest bathroom setup I've seen. I guess I've never had an ADA appliance bathroom.
You should have just told that guy who told you, hey.
I should have said, yeah, man, see my hotel room, dude. Yeah. I mean, I got diabetes, high blood pressure, this and that. I got problems, man. Yeah. I'm ADA.
And then real quick, we can talk about it when we talk about the Toxic Avenger, but real quick, when we got I know the toasters will love this one. So we were waiting in line and we got in. And this small little indie movie theater, I guess. It's really nice. It's a little bit too nice. So there's stairs to go up, and there's a woman there.
These nice spiral stairs.
Yeah, spiral stairs. And she was there, and she was like, "You can go upstairs, or you can go take the elevator." But she kept
specifically looking at me.
Adam. There you go. I told her Adam. But now I was like, what? And I was like, they think that you're like handicapped.
Like everywhere I go, people like you. And then in the hotel room, like you were saying, the fucking the shower is like there's no like glass, there's no separation. It's just like, oh, you walk in, the drain's right there. Sorry, like in the curtain didn't even cover the whole shower. It was weird, man.
It was really weird because I took a shower real quick before, when you this together,
but we unfortunately didn't do any interviews. There was nothing that super interested me. Like we almost interviewed the Old Spice guy, but it's like, what are we gonna ask him? Almost interviewed this band called Cold Sliver, but we're like, we don't know this band. And then I almost interviewed a couple of Disney animation people on Sunday, but it's like, why am I going to do these interviews that I am not passionate about, which is the whole reason I want to go to Comic-Con to do interviews. Like the first year I went out as press, I didn't go for Movie Toast. It didn't exist back then. I went for this website, Bloody Disgusting. And I like interviewed Seth Rogen, Josh Hutcherson, a whole bunch of like cool people. And I'm like, oh man, this is great. And then when I go for movie tests, it's like, you get the C tier interviews if you're lucky. And it's like, let's just go have fun, watch panels and do activations. I don't know. It was a trip. All right. Anything before we close out our discussion on Comic-Con that we forgot to mention?
No, we kind of explained it all. I'm ready to talk about some movies that we watched together. So, not together. We watched.
Well, one of them we watched together, and two we've seen separate.
Yeah, sorry.
This is going to be the first time on an episode that all the movies we're reviewing we have all seen on the episode. Normally, there's someone seen one, someone hasn't seen the other. So I'm excited for that. So with no further delay, let's get into a little thing we like to call reviews.
It's review time. Dennis and Adam, we gon' blow your mind. We're stepping up to the plate, ready to swing. Analyzing movies like a scientist would play.
Well, all right. Now that AI song's over, folks, let's get into it here. Like I teased earlier, I saw when I was at Comic-Con, Fantastic Four First Steps. And then you saw it, and we wanted to see it together, but timing didn't work with the con. But I'm excited to talk about this with you. Like I said, I fell asleep the first time I saw it, so I went back today to refresh, and I saw it in 4DX, so I got the 3D glasses, I got the moving chair, and I had a new appreciation. But essentially, the plot of this movie is this is 4 years after the Fantastic Four got their powers. Everyone loves them. And then, unfortunately, Silver Surfer comes and says, hey, your world is about to end. Galactus is coming. And they have to find a way to stop Galactus from coming. And he gives them one option. If you give me your baby, I'll leave your planet unharmed. And, of course, like, fuck you. We're not giving you our baby. We're going to find a way to not kill the universe or whatever. And that's the plot. I don't know. Well, how'd you feel about the movie? Did you have a different viewpoint than me on that plot?
Based on your awesome premise, your synopsis of the movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Honestly, I thought it was a fun movie, man. I dig what I dig the most, and I knew I was gonna dig it based off like the photos and the trailer and the couple of teasers.
I think I know where you're going with this.
It's actually it's the whole set piece, the whole universe. It was like the Jetsons.
A post futuristic yet old school vibe. Like it looks like it's the 60s or 70s, but they have flying cars and it's just visually
only Reed had
the Fantastic. Well,
this was what
were there police cars that flew around, but those were technically with Reed. He set up when he's like, "Oh, that's me," and it's like, okay, but yeah. I love the visuals. This is directed by the guy who did WandaVision. So essentially he got to do what he did there, the set design was beautiful. And today what I noticed, something I never really fully give props to in a movie that I loved here, hair and makeup. Everyone had very specific hair and it looked interesting. The makeup, of course, for the bruises and stuff, but even the wardrobe, it has this lived-in, very technical. You can see different things on the suit. I'm like, I wonder what that's there for, and what that's there for. And it just the fact that you didn't have to essentially see 30 to 40 other movies. This you just go in and you're not getting an origin story. You're getting a quick, brief summary, but it's just you're going blind, and it's a fun time. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Like the whole set design, the whole atmosphere, like what they created for that specific universe, it just worked. It really did. Everything clicked. Everything worked. And it's like you don't really. What I liked about it is that even though it's an MCU film, I don't know. I think it was like the first start of Phase 6 or whatever.
Yeah, Phase. Yeah, I don't even know at this point.
The good thing is that you don't really have to watch any of them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you can just go in and be like, you don't even have to know anything about the Fantastic Four. What's great about it, they give you a little intro, like in a retro 60s style,
Yes. Like an ABC special of like the first 4 years of the Fantastic Four. And it looks sexy, dude.
Everything looked great, like the film grain and like the whole.
I wish the whole movie was that. Honestly,
yeah,
I would have loved.
it kind of reminded me. It's like if you watch something from like the late '60s about the Beatles, and then like a special like that, it would be kind of like that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great, you know, because I don't want to I don't want to talk about the previous Fantastic Four movies, you know, but
Sure, I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's do it. The Corman one, cheesy and funny to watch. Unfortunately, you can only watch it illegally on YouTube, so it's not that illegal. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the Elba Chris Evans one.
yeah.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great, but they were
The
fun to
sequel
watch.
was okay. We got Captain Holt in that one, so that was cool.
Rest in
But
peace.
the Josh Trank one, that was a tough one. But this
that
one,
yeah,
this one was so much. Sorry. No, go ahead.
That's all right. We're both excited.
But
so it's okay.
so like the other ones, like, oh no, we got these powers, and like Ben is so sad. He's like, oh, I'm this hulking thing, but in this, he's embraced who he is. He's loving it. He's showing off to kids. He's a big figure, and that's cool. And Johnny in those other movies, he's a hotshot playboy. In this, he's kind of like just a sassy, fun, kind of cool sidekick guy. And the thing, I mean, Vanessa Kirby was good as a Mrs. Invisible Woman. But I like that Reed Richards essentially had autism, and like they would call it out, but they're like, no, but that's what makes you special. And it's like, oh, that's kind of cool, man. I appreciate that.
Everyone there did a great job, and like it's like what you mentioned. It's like what is it like? It improved all the characters improved, on the previous Fantastic Four movies. Even though it's like obviously it's like different studio and all that, but yeah, it's like I felt like every character got to shine a light. It got to like had their own spotlight.
Yeah,
I personally wish they kind of focus more on the thing, but
yes, I mean what he got was cool.
That,
But sticking with the thing, one character who was just a side character who kind of blew me away because I've never seen her like that, Natasha Lyonne's character. Like, I really enjoyed what we got out of her in this. Like, she's not just playing this like, blah, blah, blah. She's more like, oh yeah, I'm the Jewish faith. You come here to pray. Hey, why don't you come into my class? And this, like, I really like what she did. And then another character that I loved, man, Herbie. Herbie was the fucking shit, man. I loved him.
It was great, yeah. And then my personal favorite was Mole Man. Like he had such a small part.
Paul Walter Hauser killed it, dude. And just the way he had that, like, see here. Oh man, I love him, dude.
Yeah, like the way he's like, I hate everybody except for Sue Storm. I'll follow you. I love you, Sue.
And then like when he holds all the power, he's like, I want. No, sorry, yeah. When it was like, I want him to ask me for a favor, and or like everyone's getting mad. Johnny's mad. He's like, hey, don't blame me, Johnny. I didn't dress you. And like he's dressed like a weird mole man, but Johnny's dressed like a regular guy, and he has all the verbatim. This Paul Walter Hauser, like, oh man, I was sad that we didn't get John Malkovich as the Red Guardian or whatever, not Red Guardian, whatever his character is. We just saw his monkeys. But I'm not gonna lie, I was like
that was kind of like the downside.
Yeah. But we did kind of see him in the animation at the end, kind of seeing that character, but it's not the same. But I was so interesting. I liked what they did with the Silver Surfer here, Charbel. Like just watching like the way she surfs and like the way she does. I was mesmerized by it. Like she was really cool. I felt Galactus, he should have been more of a threat. Like he shows up and he does a little bit, and it's like I wanted more danger. I don't know out of that.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I felt the same way. I feel like you can kind of tell that they recut a lot. They recut the entire film to make it a little bit shorter because I feel like there could have been more additional scenes, especially with a part where they decide they want to use the Franklin, the baby as bait, as bait, and then she's explaining her backstory, her and Sue and Johnny's backstory.
That was touching.
They were kids. I feel like that was touching. I feel like there's probably some additional stuff, but they probably just have to cut it.
Oh yeah,
You know,
and like
for time.
honestly, I thought the third act was going to be different. I thought like, sorry, not spoiling, but I guess it is because this doesn't happen. I thought it was going to be like when she's like, "Oh, Reed, you've considered giving our baby to this guy?" And he's like, No. I thought maybe they'd make Reed the bad guy. He would want to give Franklin over, and then there'd be that whole feud with her and him. And I'm like, I guess you don't want that. That would have been kind of like, what?
Yeah.
The guy we're rooting for? But another thing I dug was the family dynamic. It's not like they're characters that come together, like they live together, the way they function, even the way they fight. Like each person has a specific task and goal that goes together like a Voltron character almost.
Oh yeah. Everyone it's kind of like, well, then they had years to figure out, from the backstory, and especially for this movie, they had years to figure out what they can do and what they can't do. I did like the whole scientific, explanation of why Johnny can't just be flaming on the entire time because he's oxygen. So he has to check, how much oxygen he needs, or he's gonna pass out, or he can't use his power. So there are limitations.
Yeah, which is nice. We've never seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen that, and all the other superhero movies are fantastic. Pretty fantastic. For it, Johnny's sort of, he's just on fire all the
Flame
time.
On.
Yeah,
and I like at first, the first viewing, I was kind of, the joke didn't work for me, but the second viewing, the joke really worked. The whole Johnny trying to get Ben to say like it's clobbering time. That was kind of funny, I thought. But
and I did enjoy the part where it's in the trailer, so it's like when Galactic is like knocks the thing out and he's like flying out of orbit, and Johnny catches him, and that's when he's he said the thing. What's funny is because since I play a lot of Marvel Rivals since it first came out, so that game has like team ups that you can do between characters. So when they did the recent update, they included that part where you can carry the thing as a Human Torch and throw him into an area. Yeah, and he
that's kind of funny.
A shockwave. It's pretty cool. So it's pretty cool that I bet you they collaborated with Marvel to do that part. So I thought that was pretty fun. But in my opinion, my only downside is just, I feel like the fight scene with Galactic should have been a little bit more threatening.
Yeah.
It was kind of smart what Reed thought about towards the end.
That would have made that would have made sense to bring us into where they're going to be coming to our the other Earth 626 or whatnot. Or so much, there's so many different avenues they could have gone, and it's interesting the way they ended. The one thing, three things that kind of stuck out as a thorn in my side a little bit, which are very minor things. One, Johnny can just flame on and wear clothes. His clothes don't burn, regular clothes. I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. And then Sue, when she goes invisible, her clothes go invisible. I'm like, what? And she can I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's like that in the comics.
I'm not entirely. I don't. I know, like in the early ones, you can see Johnny's underwear throughout the fire, But yeah, that was kind of a little bit weird when they see Silver Surfer pops up, and then you see he goes and try to chase her, but he's still wearing his clothes. Like, so, was her clothes like fireproof, or did the fire go through? I was so confused.
Because I think at one point, when Reed makes the new suit, he's like, "Oh, this one's flame retardant." And it's like, okay, but all the other clothes he's been wearing haven't really burnt. So is Reed making all his clothes for him or something?
I guess so.
I don't know.
I mean, so speaking of Reed, what I did enjoy is like the writers, doing all this techno babble, all this like the way he's talking about very, very specific scientific stuff. It kind of reminded me a little bit of early days of watching Star Trek, because in the original series, and especially in the Next Generation, there are some episodes where like they just start talking about technobabble, like this and that, and you're like, what's going on? And that's how Reed was talking about when he was talking about like stuff about like the orbit, that scene when they're being they're trying to escape, you know, a Galactus and Silver Surfer's being chased, like the whole wormhole where like this she followed
take months
them.
for her to come out, or
and then he come up with this great idea where, you know what, we're gonna go inside this black hole, but there's a chance that we might get fucked up in there, but there's a chance that she might get stuck in there. So I think that was great writing right there.
And that's what I like. I feel like we have scientists. We have, like, I guess Tony Stark's not a scientist, but Bruce Banner, even as smart Hulk, we don't ever see him really doing anything besides look at beakers. In this, he's doing the math. He's running all the probabilities. It's like, why don't we get this? Like, it's not just we're gonna fight. It's like, no, let's think about all the options and do the best one. It's kind of nice to see a different point of view.
Yeah, and I would love to see that in the upcoming, like, you know, like Doomsday and
like Secret in Doomsday.
Wars. Yeah. If he does that, if he pulls that stuff, then it's gonna be great.
And that's reports are claiming he's going to be running, being in charge of the Avengers. So hopefully we'll get that. But I'm always afraid when you go from one movie, like kind of like what they did with the whole Defenders. Each showrunner had a very specific voice, but then when it came down to doing the Defenders,
it didn't work.
People felt off. So I'm hoping that they can keep the tone of these characters, not just solidify them as different. I hope not. I hope they're better than that.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah.
And the other.
I thought the writing was great. I thought the writing was good. So, you know, if you can have cool ass action scenes, cool ass special effects, but if you're writing horrible and cheesy and corny, for me, in my opinion, it's a big no for me. It throws me off.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't want to watch this
because that's all they become. It's all pre-viz CG fights, and even things that shouldn't be like computer generated are. And this. It should be. You got an invisible man, a woman, you got a fiery man, we got a stretchy man, we got a rock man, but they don't do too much. Like, we don't see Reed stretch often. We don't see Sue go invisible. Like, they use them like sparingly. And this is more of a character-driven movie opposed to just, we got to fight all the time. And we should get more of that, I think. Like, it's really nice to see. But I will say the other thing that is kind of weird to me is all the product placement. Weird things like 7-Up and Canadian Dry, Pop-Tarts, Little Caesars.
A lot of
the Lucky Charms and shit. It's just so funny. It's like every scene, it's like, are they getting paid for this? They have to be.
They have to be. You know, it's like, but yeah, that was great too, because, you know, they had the original logo with how they looked like in the 60s or like around that era. So
opposed to when you get movies and shows that have like soda cans, but it's clearly 2000s and not 90s or 80s and stuff like that. Man.
I thought it was great. You know, everything about that movie was fun. I kind of feel like I'm telling people, like, it's a family film. It's actually like an actual family film.
Yeah, and it's genuinely good. It kind of feels like a live action, because I know it was slightly based off live action Incredibles almost. Like,
there you go.
Kind of gives that vibe, but not that vibe. Like, I feel like everyone can go and see this and enjoy it and have a good time and not be bored or think, this is superhero-y or too Marvel for me. And it's crazy because people are like, oh my God, it slipped 60% from what it made last week. But it's like, dude, it already made its budget back and it's been #1 at the box office for 2 weeks. I don't think you got to worry. Like, it's just movies don't make what they used to make. And I think for this one, Marvel spent less money in production than other films. So it's like, just chill. Who cares about the box office? It's fine. It's going to find another life on Disney Plus, and I think we're good. With where they're at. People are freaking out right now because it didn't make as much as it did the week before. Superman made a lot, and it's 3 weeks, and it's like it's already, I think, made more than Superman's made in its whole run. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
that
so.
Shouldn't matter.
But honestly, speaking of Superman, I prefer Fantastic Four than actually Superman. So I think Fantastic Four is a better looking film. It's a better better writing. The story arc was a little bit towards the end. Obviously I'm not gonna blame
Sure.
It's hard to make it's hard to write a third act. It really is. So
and it's interesting because if this was a day ago, if we recorded on Sunday opposed to Tuesday when we're recording now, I was thinking Superman was much better. And then actually watching all of it today, I'm like, holy shit, this is a really good movie. Like so much better than even like it has kind of like a muted color palette to it, which is kind of good and lends itself to that weird time period. Yeah, overall, I agree. I think Superman is good, but not as good as this. And what I like about this, it's a feeling of hope and community and family and acceptance and doing what's right. And there's so much going on for it, I think.
Yeah, and then I forgot to mention what I really loved. I love when they left to go for the mission, and then when they come back, I love like the everyone else is like they're thinking, oh yeah, everyone's happy because they came back.
And then when they find out they could save the day by just sacrificing their kid, they hate them. They're turning their back.
Everyone gets mad. Like, oh, we have families too, and this and that. And I love where Reed Richards in the end, after that press conference, he's like, I don't know. He doesn't know what to do. So,
it's a real Sophie's choice. It's like, I mean, we could save the world, and even like you're saying, he's like, because even Silver Surfer's like, if you guys want to live, just leave this planet and just deal with it. And then like Johnny and everyone's like, what do you think? And Reed's like, no, we're gonna stay. If the world's ending, we're not gonna leave. It's good, man. Sorry, we're spoiling stuff, but we're not.
I know, but it's already like 2 weeks, so you guys should already watch this.
True. Oh man, anything before we move on to our next movie that you can that you want to say about this one?
I mean, I guess we didn't briefly talk about Franklin, the baby, that much.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a CGI. I like CGI baby. It looked weird. I think it looked weird when Ben was holding it because he's all CGI.
yeah. But there are some scenes.
Sorry, I do like that montage of them baby proofing the house. That was pretty fun.
Yes, and like they're like Johnny comes home, he's on flames, the fire alarm goes off, and falls down the stairs because of the baby gate, and just like all yelling at Herbie, and it's like Herbie's just doing his job, guys.
Yeah, Herbie's doing his job. Herbert,
and then like Herbie's building the crib, and Sue's like, "That's your job, Reed. What? It's our kid. Why are you having the robot do it?" It's like, yeah, fuck you, Reed. He's like, but I built this machine to see if our kid's gonna be malnutrition, like evil or whatever. Oh man.
But it was a good movie. So
out of 4 slices, what do you think? How many slices do you think you're gonna give?
I'm gonna give 4 slices as well. 4 slices of crispy toast.
All right. I think I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3 on my end because I mean, some things could have been better, but overall, really good. Definitely worth a watch. Even if you're not an MCU fan, I think you can enjoy this one.
Oh yeah. It's a good film for like pretty much anybody, like not only moviegoers, but just somebody that wants to watch like an actual story, not just like a lot of plot holes and weird CGI.
Yep. True. And just so you know, folks, midway through the first title sequence at the end, we do get a mid-credit scene that kind of teases the next movie in a way. And then at the very end, there's something. So stick around if you want to see some extra footage there. All right. Up next, you have a movie that you said you were thinking about seeing twice. Did you end up seeing The Naked?
I did. I saw it last night, and I saw it. I saw it on Sunday, and I saw it last night with a coworker after.
Nice.
After one. I recommend it.
So, since you clearly have a lot of respect going here, you want to set up the quick elevator logline premise for the listeners?
Yeah, of course. So basically, The Naked Gun is kind of like a reboot of the franchise, of the Naked Gun franchise, from that started like in 88, 89, up until like the last film, like from like in the mid 90s. So pretty much what this is it takes place. This is actually Frank Durbin Jr. His the son of the original Frank Durbin,
Leslie Nielsen's character.
Leslie's character. So they're both detectives and in a police squad, like in an area. And the whole premise of this is pretty much, he's just a goofy guy that takes on high cases, and he stumbles upon a crime scene where where this evil mastermind, this Elon Musk looking type of character that wants to do something ridiculous, like kind of restart the world and for him and his rich friends, and then it's up to him and the other character, Pamela Anderson character, to foil their other plans. It's the most ridiculous storyline ever. I mean, of course, it's a slapstick comedy, police comedy film.
Spoofy
So
stuff,
so it's like I'll allow it because it's supposed to be funny.
Mhm.
But overall, there was a reason why I watched it twice, because when I first watched it, every joke is one of the few movies where every joke, in my opinion, hit. Like there was no part where there's no joke, no part in the entire movie where I just was like, I don't get it. I was like, I just stopped. Everything hit. It was, in my opinion, I'm not like you, Adam, that just you laugh out loud. I'll laugh too out loud, but at this point, like the audience were laughing even louder. So I feel like I had to match my loudness.
Fair enough.
When I first watched it, but yeah, it's a solid. I don't want to say like what people say is like, oh, they don't make them like they used to anymore. It's one of those movies that
it's true though.
It would have been a hit if it would have been a really big hit if it came out 25 years ago. If it came out 30 years ago, it would make a big hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those movies.
Everyone who's seen it has loved it, and what really sells it is the fact that they're playing it straight. They're not playing it like a goof. Like the actors are playing as if they're doing a serious movie, and yet it's the most crazy bullshit stuff happening. And a shout out here, like we're talking Mole Man, Paul Walter Hauser is in here as Frank's sidekick, and he has some fun stuff. But
he has some fun things too, so it's a good year for him, man.
Yeah, dude. And like the pedigree behind this, it's directed by Akiva from The Lonely Island, produced by Seth MacFarlane, and you can't ask for better. Like, and it has this cheesiness, and it kind of feels like almost a film noir in a way, because there's this dame comes into this guy's life, and he doesn't want to be with her, but he gets with her. And oh my God, there's a scene where they go on a weekend getaway, and there's like a threesome. And by God, it gets dark and crazy. There's a snowman involved.
But it was one of the funniest parts of.
Oh gosh!
And like I mentioned before, like every joke hit. There was like all these jokes. There was one Sex and the City joke that I think I was the only one that actually got it in the movie theater, because nobody laughed. They got kind of confused, and I just started laughing. Of that really, it was a really simple Sex and the City joke, and it's just like, I don't know, it's like whoever wrote that, it was like.
And that's the thing, these jokes aren't always topical. Like I love one where Danny Houston, the villain, is pouring Pamela Anderson a bottle of wine, and she's about to drink it. It's like, oh yes, this is from Bill Cosby's personal collection. Or like there's a scene where Frank like lent Pamela's character a DVR, a TiVo, and he told her, don't plug it into the internet because I might lose the stuff on it. And then he goes to her house and sees there's an Ethernet cable. He's like, you plugged it into the internet. I might not have all seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I might never get to see. And he just goes on for like 5 minutes talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It's a good gag. It's a good gag because like I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I recall, like I know the episodes he's talking about. And and I love after that scene he's leaving with the TiVo. With the TiVo right back. But
and then another one I liked. The Black Eyed Peas conversation, and then when they bring Fergalicious into it, I'm like, what the fuck, man? This is great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's and not only like the jokes hit, and like you mentioned before, like the cast, like Liam Neeson is fantastic in it, man. He is great. I feel like like the material I could just tell he had fun with it.
I remember when years ago Seth MacFarlane announced that he was doing a Naked Gun with him. I'm like, maybe, I don't know. But then I remember there was this Ricky Gervais show where he like had a very funny scene talking about being at greengrocers and like talking about getting AIDS and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. And then his scene in Ted 2, where he's like, am I allowed to buy this box of tricks? It says it's for kids. And it just, those two things alone, I'm like, all right, he can pull off comedy, I bet. But then he just goes balls out in this, which is, oh man. And he's even saying in press, like, he's getting too old to do action. So maybe this could be another renaissance of him. Maybe now we can start doing these comedy things, man.
Oh yeah.
And just having fun.
Oh yeah. And it's also I want to go back to the cast. It's funny because if you think about it, it's kind of a little X-Men Origins Wolverine reunion.
Oh, Danny Houston.
Denny Hudson. Denny Hudson and Kevin Durant, who played Blog.
Oh shit! Yeah. I forgot about him.
Striker. Yeah, Striker. So watching him and the Kevin Durant's character in general is just hilarious. Even like I want to go back to all the jokes. Even the most. Even the most ones where you see it so many times in previous movies, especially with Austin Powers.
The cleaning the oven?
Like them having like cleaning the oven, the whole joke. When
the dog comes into frame.
Yeah. You see it so many times, so you think, like, it's not gonna work. But somehow they made it, they took it an extra step and they made it work.
Like when they put that clip of her cleaning on the trailer, I was like, this isn't going to work. And then the scene just plays out too long that it starts funny. And it's like, I don't know. And then it gets funnier as it goes. Like you're saying, it's like, wow, okay, cool. They're going for it.
Yeah. And it clicked. It worked well. Like it could have easily been like the joke could have just been fall flat easily because it's an overused joke.
100%.
But they made it kind of like embrace it. So it was actually pretty fun.
Yeah,
watching that. But yeah, everything about it. I think my all-time favorite was the whole coffee gag throughout the movie.
Yes, that one's fantastic. Gag was
hilarious. I just like just.
And then like when they get bigger and bigger. Or like just the most awkward times they're getting it. I'm like, this is a great gag, and it keeps going and going.
They're driving. Oh man, that was great, and the whole body cam footage too. Did that work too?
See, when that footage was in the trailer, I'm like, this is fucking dumb.
Yeah,
this is the movie. But then in the movie, it works so perfectly.
It works so well. I love that. Yeah, I love where he's eating the chili dog like breakfast and champions.
And then I had 3 more. I had 18 more that day.
And oh man, it was great. And like even Busta Rhymes, who played like the
the manslaughter.
Yeah. He was great in it too. It was overall. He was great.
The brief Dave Bautista scene kind of coming and going. I'm like, okay, sure. One gag that I like is CCH Pounder is like the chief of police when she's in bed and her husband's sleeping and he has like a big thing, and like then like Frank's like, I hope you get that case and this and like it's just like every scene's like, shh, he needs to sleep, and then he got the job.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Oh man, yeah, that was
I had some mixed feelings watching it. Like my brother Nick asked me, "Is like, how was it?" I'm like, I don't know. Like it's on par with the original, but it's not as funny. But it is. After talking about it again, I think I'm with you. Now I got to go see it again because honestly, I bet I missed some stuff. Like there's so much that you probably pick up on each viewing. But I love the fact. I could be wrong here, but there's only one returning character from the original movies, and he comes in a post-credit scene and then a mid-credit in the middle of the movie. I'm like, thank God he's in this, man. Yeah. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm like, I love that. I'm like, just the way they introed him in the first movie, and just bringing him back, or when the credits start. You're getting the opening of the first movie. It's just watching that police siren as the car. I'm like, this is the fucking opening of the original. It's fantastic.
It was great. Like I think it's been a while since I've laughed at actual comedy. Comedy film. So that was good. Honestly, it was in my opinion. I know some people. I've talked to a few people and they really enjoy it, but not as much as I did. You know,
See, I was so surprised when you're like, I loved it so much, I'm gonna go see it again. I'm like, holy shit, that is like a biggest compliment. I feel like the last time you and I had that might have been like Horrible Bosses or The Change Up. I don't know if we saw The Change Up twice, but like,
oh yeah, we did, right?
Yeah, and then did we? Was it you and I that saw the Ted pre-screening when it was like before he was even in it, and then we saw it again? Like that was another one. I'm like, oh god, I want to see this as much as I can in the theater.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And so, that's the thing. Like these movies, they like, it's cliche to say, like you're saying, they don't make movies like this anymore, and they kind of don't. But I'm happy to see that spoofs are kind of coming back because we're getting the Wayans brothers returning to Scary Movie in a couple of months, I think. And hopefully Naked Gun, people seem to love it. It wasn't number one at the box office, but everyone who's seen it loves it. I feel like hopefully this franchise goes on and they do more with it.
Oh yeah, I would love to see Naked, instead of like Naked Gun 2.5 would be Naked Gun
3 and
2 power 5 or. You know, so it was a big surprise in my end because I know I watched the trailer and I saw your reaction videos on your short for that for movie.
I was kind of questionable I'm like, I don't know how this could go. And I had the same, it's funny, I had the same kind of feeling when I saw the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer. And unfortunately for me, I was right in my trailer reaction. That I don't even want to talk about on here. Like it was rough, but this I'm happy to see lived up to it.
Yeah,
and
I'm really surprised how this movie turned out, and hopefully, like you said, hopefully they'll reignite comedy films, or in your case, parody films.
Well, not even like even comedy. Like
we need more comedy.
So much comedy, but we barely. If you get it now, it's more of a drama is thrown in the mix with the comedy, and it's not just full-fledged comedy. Yeah, and like everyone's like, you can't make comedy. Nobody wants to see that type of thing. But it's like things like this come out, and it's like, yeah, there is a hankering for hardcore R comedy. It doesn't have to be over the top crazy, but people want it. So why are we not making it anymore?
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's it's just everything about it, and it did throw me off about Pamela Anderson because at first I was like, man, she looks kind of different. So
yeah, if you watch the last Showgirl, but even in that movie, she looked different from this movie, and it's like,
yeah, there you go, yeah. But she was great in it too. Like,
she was fantastic. Yeah, like she really was. It's like I'm happy to see these two older actors getting to shine and hopefully find new audiences and get the recognition that they should have got years ago. I mean, Liam Neeson has, but then I felt like he started becoming a parody of himself by making so many of these action movies. It's just nice to see him kind of having fun again, I think.
Oh yeah.
And anything we're forgetting, like anything that really stuck out that you want to mention before we do our last review?
There's so many gags, there's so many jokes that just, like I said, like I'll say it again, like just fit so well. And actually,
and like it's not just sight gags, there's audio gags, there's so many different types of gags.
Oh yeah. Even like, and like I said, I feel like if somebody else made this movie, it would not work. I feel like
and that's the thing. I have a love-hate relationship with Akiva's directing. Like, I didn't like Hot Rod when I first saw it, and then I recently rewatched it a few months ago. I'm like, all right, I understand. And then MacGruber, first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, this is terrible. Then when I rewatched it, I'm like, oh, wow, I get it. And then when he did the show, I'm like, holy fuck, this is great. And then Popstar, I liked the first time, but I was on the fence. Yeah. I feel like each of his movies, I'm like questionable. Then I rewatch it, and I'm like, oh, fuck. But then the first time I saw this, I'm like, all right, this is good. Like, he understands comedy coming out of SNL and Lonely Island and like Good Hands. And then with Seth MacFarlane behind backing it, it's like, these are two people who really get comedy. And normally you get half-assed comedy these days.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you get comedy. Yeah. Cause other than that gag I talked about earlier, there's another one easy joke that it could have just fall flat is when he's narrating, he's narrating what talking to it in his head, and then everybody starts doing it. They tell him to shut up.
Yeah, it's when Pamela comes in, right? They're all watching her leave, and then he looks at them. He's like,
easily just like fall flat if somebody else did it.
And they're all thinking the same thing, and it's slightly out of sync with one another, and then it's fantastic. Like so many of these gags shouldn't work, but just staying on it long enough or staying too long, which makes it even funnier. And it's a tight rope to walk, but I think they've really, really nailed it with this one.
Yeah, no, the same here. And also I like the crowd too. Like the crowd was digging it, so you can tell. You can tell the crowd was enjoying it as well. So.
And it's crazy. I don't know what your two audiences were like, but I had a little bit of everything. I sat next to an elderly couple, easily in their 70s, and they were having a good time. Like, okay, sure. I don't see elderly in these types of movies, but
see me on the same. I had the same reaction. I had the same audience. I had older people, and one young one. Even on my second viewing, there was like a little kid that was laughing too. I think he enjoyed it more than I did. It was just like he thought like he was like 6 or 7. He's just like I don't know.
And like I was saying earlier, like sometimes when you're a kid, you know something's funny, but it goes above your head. Like he probably didn't understand half the jokes, but he knew something was funny about it. And like years later, you can go back and rewatch it and fully understand it, which is kind of nice about comedy.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah, but honestly, I don't want to be too overly positive.
It's all good.
I give this, I give this a perfect. It's 5.
4. I've been pushing for 5, but I've been told that's one too many. No, it's only 4 stars.
Let me talk to that person. You know what? No, you know what? Since I'm hardly ever you hardly ever invite me to your podcast. I'm just.
What's not inviting? It's just
I'm gonna give it 5 toasty toast. 5 toast.
Okay.
5 toast. 5 toast out of 5, and a nice sourdough bread on the side.
Oh, all right. I'm not gonna lie. I was
bread lately. I don't know why.
That makes me think about our next movie, the post-credit scene, making grilled cheeses. Sorry. The longest, weirdest, awesomest post-credit scene I've seen in a while. I was on the fence coming in. I was thinking 2.5, but I'm gonna go with 3 for mine. Like, and another thing we didn't talk about. It's only like 90 minutes. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah,
you're not sitting there. It's perfect timing. So
it doesn't drag
5 out of 5 for you.
It's like
sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Sourdough bread, toasty bread.
6 slices, and 3 for me. So, folks, if you like comedy, definitely check it out. If you've never seen a Naked Gun movie, you can still enjoy it. We got one movie left to review, one that's not out yet. It comes out on 8/29, and that is The Toxic Avenger. All right, for those of you who don't know, there's this kind of B/D grade production company called Trauma. And one of their breakout movies is The Toxic Avenger. And it's an 80s superhero movie that is just pushing the boundaries. It's gory. It's gratuitous. It's ridiculous. And for some reason, 2025 is here. And I mean, they shot it back in 2022, 2023, but it's been sitting on the shelves. Either way, it's now being remade and starring Peter Dinklage. So this changes the original story. So essentially, there's a lot going on. There's a shady kind of pharmaceutical owner of a pharmaceutical company who's doing some shady shit. There's some people investigating him, and there's a worker that works at the company who finds out he's going to die, and the company's health insurance won't cover him. And he's a single dad trying to raise his ex's son, and he gets no respect, and he doesn't want to leave the kid alone. So he tries to get help, and one thing leads to another, and he's left for dead, but some toxic stuff seeps into him, and he becomes this malnourished kind of weird creature called the Toxic Avenger. And he wants to get revenge on those who've done him wrong, and he's mopping up the streets. It's gory, it's weird, it's wacky. I don't know if I set that up right. Rick, what would you say? How would you sell this movie?
Basically, if I would say It's one of those weird movies where it's like they kind of made it for a specific
Niche.
small amount of people who enjoy weird movies. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm a big fan of the original
Oh yeah.
franchise. Even Trauma too. Like we watched Return to Nukem High.
To Nukem High, yeah. And then we were on the edge of our seats waiting for Return to Nukem High, Volume 3 or 2, whatever that was. It's like it's good stuff, but honestly, like this, I've been waiting years for. And I was so excited that we got in. I'm happy we saw it. I'll see it again because I want to support small indie films, but they just changed way too much from the original, and they focused too much on the characters, character development, so many plot lines. Where the first movie, you have this geeky guy, he's thrown out of a window, falls into a vat of like this toxic stuff, and becomes this kind of freak who fights evil. He has sex with a blind lady, and there's kind of no plot. In this, they tried forcing a plot, and they tried making it feel too goofy and silly. I mean, it's funny, but it's just drawn out too much. And when there's action, it's crazy and bonkers. But like you were saying, it's for a very specific niche of people. And even us as fans of the original, it didn't quite hit the target.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on like this one. It's unlike our previous movie that we just reviewed. This one just honestly it kind of fell flat. I feel like it was great that we saw it early. Perfect. That's awesome because I was when you first told me about it. I was like, yeah, I'm down. I want to see what it's all about.
And let's not forget, there's an amazing cast as Toxie. You have Peter Dinklage as the main villain, Kevin Bacon. It's his brother Elijah Wood, kind of feeling like Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
Yeah, there you go.
Young actor Jacob Tremblay, who's been in some big things like Room and stuff like that, and then some other pretty good people. But and they're all playing it as goofy and wacky. But what, like we were saying, what made the Naked Gun so special was the fact that they took it seriously. And I feel like here they're like, let's try to be goofy, and that's what then took back a little bit of the fun charm, I think.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm not gonna say that it's a bad film. I want to say that it's an okay film because it's from an independent company. They had a hard time. I saw that they finally got distributed by Anchor Bay. Entertainment, and that distributing company itself.
Oh, they had some
revived again because they used to be very popular in the 90s and distributed a lot of these type of films to VHS, and then later on to DVD. They kind of fell flat. They couldn't get anything. They couldn't get anything. So finally, they did a kind of like they revived the company. But it's just one of those films where it's like I don't know. It's like. It's like you mentioned before. They try to make Peter Dinklage's character Toxie. Toxie as kind of like a likable character, like a character that you kind of feel sorry for. And then for Toxic Avenger, that's not what it's about. It's not.
He was just getting revenge on assholes who fucked with him, essentially.
The first movie. Something if I want to do a reboot, I'd rather just do it. I wouldn't redo it shot for shot, but I'll make up a BS story like a ridiculous story, and then just and then just go straight to the all the weirdness, the all the practical gags, all the weird gore and all that. It's cool that they're trying to do something different, but it just didn't work for me. It took too long.
And it's kind of a shame because I really like this director. He did a movie called Green Room that starred Patrick Stewart. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm a big fan. I like his work, and he's done some other pretty good movies. And then he did this, and it's like, I like that you're taking the risk, but honestly, I feel like if if it was remade, I feel like they should have gave a budget to Lloyd Kaufman and Troma and had them kind of come in and do their version of a bigger scale, because they would have stuck with that original kind of DIY style situation, and they could have had money and made it look good, but it would have been in the vein of the, I don't know, but it's like you said, it's not bad, but it's not.
It's not good. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, but yeah, I totally agree with you what you just said, because that's what made Return to Nukem High actually really funny, because you know Lloyd Kaufman was really part of it, you know, because he wanted to continue like the story pretty much. On this one, it's just like he does have a cameo in it, but
it takes a while, but he gets in.
It takes a while, but he's there. But it's like,
and it's not really substantial. He has more to do in Guardians of the Galaxy in that.
Exactly. But yeah, it's like it's not really a good film. There are some funny scenes that I really enjoy. There's a cat scene that I actually enjoyed. You know.
Oh yeah.
Anything with cats is funny.
And I love There's this like kind of weird punk rock band that are also villains. Yeah. They're pretty fucking funny. Yeah. I was so mad at myself. I had to use the bathroom so bad I had to leave right as
I saw you. Yeah, I saw you.
I think would have been the best fucking scene of the movie that I was looking forward to, because it was in the teaser, the Miss Meat scene, which is kind of replicated from the original movie, where he has his first kill and it's badass. But I had to poop. I would have pooped my pants in the theater if I did. So I'm like, fuck, I know I'm missing something good. But yeah, and like I said, we just got in by the bare minimal. Like, we weren't able to sit together. I think my favorite part was they gave us these like foam hands of Toxie and these like mops that they wanted us to hold up, and I was just holding mine because it was awkward. But I was gonna put it down, like, and you were sitting behind me. You had to come up and you're like, I don't mean to be a dick, but could you put that down when the movie's? I'm like, yeah, I don't even want this thing, man.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, it was just there. I did take the foam hand with me. It's in the other room.
If I didn't have to travel, if I lived in Los Angeles, I would have taken it with me because it's cool. But what they did give us, and I have on my desk here, but you probably can't see because it's the green screen. They gave us, you can't really. They gave us this green toxic Avenger sludge, GAC type stuff, which is cool. But
I have it here as well. Which is cool. So I was like, all right, cool. But yeah. Other than the movie, we're really lucky that we got in, because I remember I was waiting for you. I got in line, you know.
And I'm the type of person who doesn't like to get in. Like, if someone's waiting in line before me and then there's a huge crowd behind them, I will be like, hey man, I gotta wait in the back. I'm not cutting people. And I was so afraid because I took the shuttle and it was like a 20-minute walk, and I'm slow and fat when I walk. I'm like, oh, no way am I going to get there in time. The movie's about to start. And literally, I think I was right behind you. And luckily, nobody was behind us yet. But by the time we got up to the table, there was a huge line of people who clearly weren't going to get in. And I felt bad. I mean, there was 2 more screenings later, but for us, I wanted something at the beginning of the con so we could enjoy the rest of the con. But funny, now that I'm thinking, another fun line story, there were these 2 guys playing a Switch 2 with it on the fucking ground waiting to get in. And right as they started playing and getting into it, they started moving the line into the theater, and it's like, oh, you just put your Switch 2 on this gross San Diego.
I remember because he was waiting. I didn't like them. They were kind of annoying. They kind of
you get that, these crowds.
Yeah, they're kind of annoying because they have that, and like I brought my PlayStation Portal, and they were just like trashing me because I had that. Because
that's fucked up.
Yeah, because like, it's not a real console. Or no, sorry, it's not a real handheld. I was like, it's not a. I had to explain. It's not a handheld. It looks like.
But you can use your very expensive fucking what are they? Not Raspberry Pis, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. Sorry. I have a Switch too, so I don't know why I'm talking. And speaking of Switch, I know this has nothing to do. Did you see Nintendo is now up in the price of a regular Switch?
Oh yeah,
and they're probably going to up the price of Switch too. What the fuck, Nintendo? Way to hate your audience. I'm happy I got my Switch 2 opening day, because who knows how much it's going to cost when games come out that I want.
And like I don't even play Nintendo games that much, so that's so I was like, okay.
Oh, Steam Deck. They essentially have like a overpriced Steam Deck, and they're talking shit about you. Oh, yeah. You can at least play exclusive cool games, they can play remastered games.
Yeah,
Fuck you
there you go.
guys. Sorry.
But yeah.
Either way, Toxic Avenger. I've been so excited about this movie. It let me down. I still liked it, but I didn't love it. I'm going to see it again because I want to support indie cinema and let them get my money. But unfortunately, I don't think this is going to become a new franchise. It's a one and done, in my opinion. But for me, I'm going to give it 2 slices of toast, and that's being generous. I was going to give 1.5, but I'm going to give 2 slices. You have given 5 slices with the side of sourdough and 4 slices, which is a perfect score to our previous movies. So I'm intrigued to see where this one's going to fall. 7 slices and a grilled cheese.
Unfortunately, this one, if I can give it negative 50 slices, I would.
Fuck.
Honestly, it didn't do it for me. It really didn't. It's like you said, it's a one and done. It's not gonna restart a whole new Toxic Avenger franchise. I feel like it's gonna be that it's gonna be released in the movie theaters and
only for like a week, I bet.
Yeah,
it's not gonna survive more than 2 weeks.
And then it's gonna hit a random streaming service, and nobody's gonna
could maybe find a cult following, but I doubt it. Sadly,
I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. And honestly, it sucks because it had potential. It had potential. It could have been a lot better. It really could. Like, other than a few funny scenes and Peter Dinklage at the Toxic Avenger, somehow he's taller. I don't know. So
I did get to the bottom of that. I remember when we left the theater, I'm like, is it me, or when he became the Toxic Avenger, he looked taller and more buff? And I was reading an article yesterday. Apparently, for the first couple of days, he was in the suit, but then after, his stunt double was in the suit, and stunt double was a little bit different than him. Which I'm like, so why are you getting the recognition for just doing a voiceover here, Pete? Come on, man. But I will say, one thing that kind of sucks is, like, the summer that they announced that they were going in production for this, like right before, I worked on this small movie that was directed by Kevin Bacon's wife, Kara Sedgwick, and I'd gone on a tech scout with her, so I got some one-on-one time almost. And then later, Kevin was in the movie, and like I was scanning fucking. It was COVID time, so I was scanning for temperatures, and I met him and whatnot, and then our AD's birthday was happening, and across the street from our production office was like a brewery, and Kevin was just kind of talking to all of us and being cool, and it was down to earth. And then, like, after the movie wrapped, they announced he was in it. I'm like, I wish I could have asked him about the movie. Like, I wish I knew he was in this movie, because I love the original holds a special place in my heart. But but I will say, I teased earlier. Stick around if you see this movie. It has one of the best post-credit scenes I've ever seen, and it's significantly long and bizarre, and honestly, in my eyes, the funniest part of the movie, I think.
Yeah, it was a good highlight, and because of that scene, and actually, I kind of enjoyed the whole makeup, of Toxie. It looked pretty good. Other than that, I would overall, I'm gonna have to give this like a one slice of toast.
I get that, but like we were talking when we were walking back, like just discussing about the movie. I was like, hey, I don't know if you've seen like the stills and promos, but like it looks like just a guy in a mask, and like what they're showing you does not do justice. It looks actually really good, the prosthetics in the film, but the marketing not so much. I don't know why, but it looks believable. Only thing that did suck and looks like it did in the marketing is, I don't know if you're watching this, I got the little fucking banner of it down below. His mop looks more like a crystal. And it's like, I just want a fucking mop. Give a real mop.
And we were talking about it. I remember when we were waiting, it was like, and you're like, and I go, I bet you it's going to be something about magical powers or wizards. And it looks like a staff. I'm like, what the hell is that? I was like, dude, just give me a mop. The mop is funny.
Yeah, and that's what made the original Toxie so cool. He's gonna fucking mop.
Yeah, his mop.
And he lived down by the he lived in the woods in a tent in the original. Here he lives in a rundown apartment and has a kid. But I don't know. So yeah, unfortunately it wasn't for us, but it could be for you. I mean, if you're watching or listening to this and you end up seeing the movie and you disagree, let us know how you feel about it, man. Like, we'd love to hear your take on it. And like I said, I'll watch it again.
I want to hear your opinions. I'm not gonna say your opinion is wrong. I want to hear it.
No, and that's the thing I like about this. Like when I post certain things, people will be like, no, I disagree and this and that. And if they're cool about it, it's like, all right. And they could change my mind or I could change their mind. But when people are just assholes about it, it's like, fuck you. You're just being a dick for no reason. But some people really take stuff seriously. And when they're cool about it, it's like, I love to hear their takes. Mm-hmm. Sorry. I don't know why I went on that tangent.
You're good. Preach it. You're going to get like a viewer from like South Korea and be like, these movies are horrible.
You're right, sir, or madam.
The best movie of all is Baby Geniuses 2.
Ooh, yeah. It's funny. I think I just saw like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go on this tangent, but someone posted it like a picture from Baby's Day Out, and they're like, "What happened to this director? He gave us one amazing movie and disappeared." I'm like, who did direct that movie? Did he really only direct this one movie? That was a good movie. Anywho. That's going to do it for our reviews and our news. I know this was a really long episode, so if you stuck with us, thank you so much. We just had so much we wanted to talk about, and I feel like we really dived deep into these 3 movies. Hopefully you find something that you want to check out from us talking about it. But so normally we talk about something near and dear to Dennis and I. Every year, every December, we put out a festival called Movie Toast the Festival, and we're about to do our 5th annual one this December. And the regular deadline has come and gone, but you can still get in for a late deadline. If you have a short film, 15 minutes or less, you can submit it. And it's super cheap to do. I mean, I have a fun time. Me and Dennis, the most production we do is this festival. We make no money. All the money we make goes towards the editing of this and awards. Dennis makes this really nice toaster that he mails out, and we even mail it internationally sometimes. So there's a lot of we enjoy it. Rick, you've seen the festival sometimes.
Oh yeah,
how is it?
I've seen it since the very beginning, pretty much. You know, even even the one that you did before that, the
Jive Ass, with the one we did in person. Like this one's digital. But yeah, I used to do one back in the day because I was a little bitch. One of my short films didn't get into our school's festival, so I started my own festival at the school. But that died down, and now we do this digital one.
Yeah, it's funny. It's fun. You guys should watch it. I watch it every year. You know, like it's if you think about it, it's kind of like a holiday. It's a holiday now because it's always.
It really is, man. It's right before all the holidays kick off, and like the beautiful thing about doing it online, which we'd love to do it in the theater, but honestly, like Rick's saying, that we used to do one called Jive Ass Film Festival. People really don't show up for our smaller festivals, but if you do it online, like I said, we get stuff from all around the world. It's easy to just log in and watch something. You can be at home naked watching it for all. You can be taking a shit.
You'd be taking a dump and you'd be watching it. You know, it's great. They Toaster Adam and Toaster Dennis, they watch all these short films, and they get especially Toaster Adam tells me like some of these films are wild, some of them are really great, and some of them are just.
But we watch them all.
But it's a fun time.
Thank you.
Yeah. No.
Shit! I thought you froze for a second.
Yeah.
But So if you got a short film, 15 minutes or less, or you know someone, please tell them to head over to filmfreeway.com and search for Movie Toast the Festival. I think we're taking submissions up until October. And then if you get into the festival one way or the other, you'll find out by November, and then it's happening some point in December, probably around I don't know, like the second week of December, most likely. But you don't have a film. We asked that maybe you could follow us on our socials. We got 2 Facebook, we got X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, all at movie_toast. I'm putting out daily videos on all these sites, trailer reactions, movie reviews, TV reviews, different things, and links to stuff, shorts. I don't know. So if you could throw us a follow, I'd appreciate that. And if you like the show, you hate the show, if you think something's good, if you think something's bad, how can we improve it? Let us know wherever you check out this show. Leave us a review, man. Whatever amount of stars you want, just let us know what you think about it, because we want to make it as good as we can for you. So please, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever.
And then if you hate me,
if you hate this guy.
want me in it, just say so.
No, I
Be
think it's
this
like,
guy
hey
with
man,
glasses, I don't like him.
that guy Adam, nobody wants him here. He steps over people when they talk, and he never shuts the fuck up.
No,
And yet
it's
in
all
real
good,
life,
man.
I'm quiet, which is the weird. I'm normally more quiet than I am on
Yeah.
this bullshit.
No,
I don't know. And
it's good.
and I
It's
hate
good,
taking
guys.
videos. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good if you got, like I said, if it's your first time watching or listening to this podcast, it's a fun podcast. I'm not just saying it because I know I've known Adam for a long time. If I didn't know him, I'll still watch it.
You wouldn't listen. No, I wouldn't.
Funny as fuck, dude. And then his other dude's also funny too. So
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, if you like this podcast,
I
you
appreciate
like
that.
the content that they do, but it's good content, man. They work their ass off. I can never do something like that. I'll just be if it was me, I'll just be standing talking. That's it.
No, you'd be good at it, man. But and if this is your first time watching or listening, folks, we don't go 3 hours. Normally an hour and a half, 2 hours max, but we just had so much Comic-Con we wanted to talk about, man, and we dive deep this week into these 3 films. Normally we do 4 to 6 movies, but 3 felt right if all of us are talking about it. But if you don't want to do any of that, Dennis and I always ask you to do one thing that's free and cheap and simple and benefits you, and we don't even know what the fuck it means, to be honest, but we ask if you could please stay toasty.
Stay toasty. I get to say it now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's try it at the same time. Stay toasty. It's hard to get. Me and Dennis barely ever get that right. There's an outro here. Let's do it.
They're the kings of the real. Reviewing new movies, they keep it real. Coast to coast, from LA to the east. On the podcast show, they feast on the beast. Adam's bringing knowledge like he's Professor X. Dennis with cuts deeper than Wolverine's claws. I guess Marvel, DC, they know them all by heart. Breaking down the plot, tearing every scene apart. They got the juice like Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. Breaking down movies with a sharp precision. Adam coming in hot like a John Wick hit. Dennis bringing the heat like the climax of a Tarzan flick.
My birthday on the 18th.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, man. I see you got the Happy Gilmore mail at a Subway, huh? You got the Bad Bunny cup?
Bad Bunny. I only got 2. I only got Bad Bunny and Happy Gilmore. And I told you before when we were at Comic-Con, they are cheap as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's slightly better than I expected. I thought it was just going to be like your regular Subway cup with just a picture. That looks slightly better.
It looks, it looks like, but once you feel it, you can tell, dude. I easily break this. And like
that
when
sucks.
and what sucks is that like I want to put it in the dishwasher, but I'm scared.
Oh, you don't want to melt it.
The McDonald's one in the dishwasher, and it faded the whole detail. Man,
that's fucking
what I get.
Bullshit.
Being clean.
Now, did you? I know I briefly mentioned it, but did you watch Happy Gilmore 2 yet?
Nah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I was on TikTok, and I think I saw the whole movie. I keep seeing somebody put the first half hour, and then they posted some clips. I kind of pieced it together, and I was like,
yeah. Half the movie is essentially flashbacks to what happened in the first movie.
That makes sense. Yeah,
and then
no,
they just force in all these cameos, and then the cameos last way too long, and there's too many different plots going on.
that makes sense. Yeah,
got enough out of that half hour
for Happy Gilmore.
But have you? I know it just came out like 2 days ago at this point, or 3, depending if you're in my time zone. Have you checked out any of King of the Hills revival season 14?
I'm on episode 5.
Me too. I think the last episode I watched was the Bananas episode, and Bobby trying to get back with Connie.
Was that episode 5?
4 maybe.
Because I saw one which was my favorite one, is when they go to the training. Bobby gives Hank a Father's Day gift. They take him to it was like the Dallas Cowboys training thing.
Oh, like Grandpa and the Green Bay Packers? I haven't seen this episode yet.
But Bobby gets to he's seeing like this vegan chick, and the whole episode just reminds me of a classic King of the Hill episode.
Steve,
And like, yeah,
that's my issue with this so far. The first episode felt really like a King of the Hill episode. The others, I'm like, it feels a little off, a little different.
Yeah,
but I still like it. But I don't know. How do you feel? Like, I feel like it's not as good, but it's still nice. Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't think that they can pull multiple seasons. How the format's going, but it's not terrible though. It's like I don't know. It's like, it's not terrible. It's like there's one. I don't know which episode it is. I don't know if you watched it yet but there's one where Bill said he's like, oh, I gotta meet my friends. And
I haven't seen this yet.
Okay, well, real quick, it's like he's like I gotta see my friends, and like everybody like Dale and Boomhauer are like they think his friends are like invisible because it's fucking.
And he hasn't left the house since Peggy and Hank left anyway. So
Hank is
what did he call the window? He's like, I don't know what you call it. You outdoors people. What the wall portal or something?
The wall portal.
Sorry, I'm cutting you off. Well, remember when he's like, bring Peggy by when he's in his house, like he calls the window something. It doesn't matter. Sorry. What about the friends? Are they real or are they fake?
Well, they're real because Hank follows them, but it's like since how like he's retired now in the revival, but before he was a barbershop. He was a barber for the army.
Oh, in the Navy. Yep.
He got like a part-time job at a barbershop, but it's a black barbershop.
Nice.
Because he goes, I gotta meet my boy. Like Bill says that, and Hank's like, "What the hell?" It's a Bill, but I'm not gonna spoil it because he goes in there and like the whole A story, is like fucking hilarious from like start to finish. And like the B story is Bobby has like a rat in his fucking restaurant, and he hires Dale to like. So it's like, that was a good episode. I think that was the last one. I don't know how many are there. Like,
I think maybe 8 or 10, probably like 8.
Probably the last, second to last. But yeah, no, I started watching it like on midnight when I stood up late. I watched the first 3.
See,
like, man, I'm tired.
I wanted to do that, but I had the mindset. I'm like, I'm gonna watch it. And I'm gonna record. I'm gonna do like watch alongs, and then I'm like, fuck it, I just want to watch this. So I just got started last night. But I like one episode when I don't know why I'm blanking on names now. Fucking Bobby's roommate. Fucking Joseph. When Joseph's like, yeah, being a white man, it's rough for me being a white guy. And he's like, okay. Or the fact that like they've upped Peggy being like just a naive, full of herself person, and like now Bobby and fucking Hank are like, yeah. Or they call her, and I love how she says Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. Well, she's always kind of been like that because there's a guy.
No, she has, but I feel like they've upped it even more since.
What's funny is like this is why I kind of want to watch like the behind the scenes of the original series, because somebody pointed out on YouTube of this theory that the reason she's like that is because it's after when she fell, when she was skydiving.
Oh yeah,
because somebody pointed out that before that she was speaking fine. And so I guess it messed up with her head, and she started saying all these weird things and how she knows Spanish and shit like that. And I guess it's just a theory, but
and then I like the episode where she's Hank's watching that reboot of the show, and she's like, he just said he's gonna kill and decapitate the whole family, and he's like, Peggy, there's subtitles that says Merry Christmas, and they're like, well, that is very disturbing that they got that wrong. I love how like they show like them in Saudi Arabia, and they have like all these maids and people working for them, like at their house in Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, that was cool actually. I was like, I don't know if that's real or not.
But and then I love how like when Hank like tells the rideshare guy, I'm gonna give you 4 because you should be something to work for, and then he becomes addicted to the bananas. Like it's like like you said. It's close, but I don't know if they can do multiple seasons. Really.
Yeah, I don't think they can do multiple seasons for that. And what bothers me is like I know I was that dude Tub Huss, the guy who played Dale. Like I know
Toby
he
Huss
died.
is now going to be
Toby Huss.
Dale, and
then they have. I feel like
Kong.
the dude who's impersonating him. Like I feel like sometimes like it kind of works, but there are other times where it's like he tries to impersonate like it's somebody just trying to impersonate how Dale
sounds off.
Gribble like it sounds. It throws me off. I was like.
Right, because he's such a specific, interesting. I mean, he did record a couple of episodes, but then you can hear later on. It's like, oh, even the it's just like you couldn't find anybody who like is a good impersonation of him. Come on.
Yeah. And also, what I didn't like in the first episode, you see how like Bill's like fat, but then later on,
and then he's normal again. I noticed like he had like the big triple like chin, and then an episode or two later, he's back to regular Bill, and I'm like. Let's see him fatter. I keep the beard or something. Everyone else looks aged and grizzled, but not him.
Yeah, everyone else looks aged. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you watched that one where it's like we find out that Hank likes soccer when he was in Saudi Arabia.
No.
He's scared. Oh yeah. He likes soccer, but he's
much. It's like he would never go to another country. He would never watch soccer. Like it's like, come on, man.
It doesn't make sense. Like. In the original story, he loves Texas. I would never picture him leave.
Like they gotta explain why. Like, and Strickland Propane was his life. Do we find out why he stopped working there? Like, or what happened?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna explain it from that part, But
and it's like I don't feel like they know who they want to follow. Do they want to follow Hank? Do they want to follow Bobby? And it feels odd not having. Luann around. I mean, I know we can't bring her in, but it's weird. And then we don't have Con and Connie as much, and it's like,
we don't. Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but
like it's, I feel like the original. It's worth watching the original more than, but I'll see it through.
Yeah, I'll see. It's like it's only gonna last about. I'll be surprised if it'll go up to like season 3.
Although I said the same thing about the Futurama revival.
Oh, that's true. Look at that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm surprised Futurama is still going.
Like last season, kind of was a letdown. Like both these shows, once the strikes happened and I lost production work, like I would just spend days and nights, all hours watching King of the Hill and then Futurama, and then watching these revivals. I'm like, man, I had so much hope.
Are we?
I'm sorry.
Are we offline or?
Nope. Sorry. I normally do this weird banter thing with Dennis after, and I realize my editor is already going to kill me because last time we had a 3-hour episode, he kind of wasn't happy. So sorry, Al. I love you, buddy. You did a good job. And
sorry, Al. I'm sorry.
Rick, thank you so much for coming in. Dennis, if you're watching or listening, sorry about what's going on. Can't wait to have you back. I can't wait to hear your take on Fantastic Four. I miss you, buddy. But Rick, it was great talking with you. Yeah, thank you. And hopefully we get to do this another time sometime. And hopefully Dennis will be here with us. But thank you all for listening and watching. Have a great toasty day. That's not something we say. All right, I'm ending this.